we go into Ashtar command mode. And we've come out of the closet many, many moons ago. We do not hide the fact that we're in the closet many, many moons ago. We do not hide the fact that we're here from the Ashtar command. We don't hide the fact that we came here fully conscious and woke up more consciously as we got older in our mature human life. So tonight is a night where we are going into full mode, Ashtar command mode, and either you'll understand the energy, or if you're new, hopefully you'll understand the energy. And if you don't know what the Ashtar command is, I will be able to speak on behalf of the Ashtar command because I am, as you will understand, an Ashtar commander. And what is an Ashtar commander? Just to give you a heads up, also a star seed. My star seedness comes from the Ashtar command, which represents many planetary worlds of light, many planetary worlds of peace, many planetary worlds of love. Light, peace, love, Ashtar command. A very, very level of spiritual awakening and understanding. That's what Ashtar command is. I've been with a very level of spiritual awakening and understanding. That's what Ashtar command is. I've been with the Ashtar command pretty much, I would say, all my adult conscious life. All my adult conscious life. If I were to hide who I am, I'd be doing a disservice to myself and to the planet. So I just come out and say it the way it is. I am a starseed. There are many of you here that are starseed. Many of you here that are awakened. Many of you here that come from other planetary systems. Good evening, Bonnie, everybody in their whirlwind. We're doing good. It's been a long day. In a good way, it's been a long day, but it's been a long day. Had a lot of rain. Well, we had rain last night and rain on and off today, but it feels good. And, just good to be here. I don't know. I leave it up to the universe. And I know she's on a mission to help people when she goes live later in the evening into the early morning hours. So it's all good. Cosmic Cultural, good to see you. Really, it was like rain buckets today. Absolutely. In New England, where we are, it started clearing up, but it was like rain and sun, rain and sun. And actually, on the way home tonight, earlier tonight, when it was still light out, I saw 5 cloud chips. The weather was a lot cooler here. I wish I had taken pictures, but I saw 5 absolute cloud chips. My wife and I actually looked at them coming home. We were going up a hill, and we're looking at the sky as the actual clouds, and then we saw 5 cloud chips forming right in front of our eyes. They were very distinct. They were very, there's 5 cloud chips. And I knew those cloud chips were Ashtar command chips, although I didn't take pictures. I was driving, but they were there. In line, Jessica, to see you, everybody, Elvira, everybody coming in here. So tonight is the night where we just go full force Ashtar command energy. And, I made a commitment a long time ago when I do the show that I do, Encounters. I give one night really focused on our space brothers and sisters, and this is the night I do it. And this is the night I speak from my Ashtar command energy as a cosmic being of light. I am proud to be a cosmic being of light, and I'm just glad to be here. And I'm so glad to know so many beautiful people. Yes, you are. Thank you. I'm so glad to know so many beautiful people. I've always stood in my level of consciousness, even in the human form, still steadfast on my cosmic spiritual reality, never wavering from that reality, never wanting to waver from that reality, never will waver from that reality. And as you listen to my words, understand that I speak in a pure heart of love. That is which is what the Ashtar command represents, the pure essence of love, the pure essence of understanding, you see. And if I can affect one new human being out there to understand what the Ashtar command is in the whole world of this topic, that there is a greater force a force that is here to assist the planet, a force that has people on the planet that came from other planets, that you know you're here to assist the planet. You're here to assist humanity into a golden age of light. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to assist each other. Hey, Kaza, good to see you. Blessings. We're here to assist humanity. We are. And as we realize that we're here to assist humanity, we have a great deal to do. A great deal to do. You know, the background, the lighting here is to get you into a place of cosmic reality and consciousness. So on Saturday nights, we like to have this very cosmic visual so you can get relaxed and understand the visuals of the light, you know, which is really important. Let me see here. I need to adjust this a little bit here. So maybe go the other way. Not too far this way. Let's see here. That's good. Maybe turn it just a little bit. Let me see. I'm just playing around with the light here. Okay, there we go. So that's what it's about, you know, coming together. Hey, Susan, everyone, thank you for your gifts, by the way. Thank you so much. And it's good to be in a place of centeredness, a place of love. I think that's the most important thing that we can liberate the planet in, is the understand, hey, Kit Kat, Worldwoman, thank you for the gifts. Hey, Linda, if we come together as a collective of humanity from all over the world, and whether you're from a little town in Sweden, or whether you're from Los Angeles, or whether you're from a little town in Pennsylvania, or you're down in Texas or Minnesota, wherever you are, it makes no difference. Because we are here together. We are here as one consciousness, with many, many people here that are waking up to their cosmic state. And when you wake up to your cosmic state, brothers and sisters, you're waking up to the galactic you. Because everybody has a galactic you. You know, it's not just one person, it's many, many, many people. Okay. E for life, thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. You know, when we live on a planet like we live on here, no one said that when we came here, we would have the magic answers to everything on this planet. No one ever said that, you know. You had all different experiences coming to Earth. Hey, Kathy. You all have different experiences when you came here, from your first set as a baby to a little kid to an adult. Many experiences. Hey, Sandra, good to see you. Queen Margie, good to see you. Bonnie Ellis, welcome. Hey, Lex Angel. Hey, Connie, good to have you with us. Just Pat, welcome. Tinky Blinks, welcome. Dana, welcome. The Violated, welcome. All the beautiful people. Nick, Greek God, Mary Patterson. Welcome to Hey Kevin 11, interview with Debbie. Mindspeak, good evening. Sandra, thank you for the gift. Buffy, welcome. Hey Leona Tree, welcome. So this is a special night for new people. This is part of my format. We do our regular show Sunday through Friday. And then Saturday night is all out Ashtar Command. And the Ashtar Command is everything to me, means everything to me. It should, because I came here to volunteer to liberate the planet. My space brothers and sisters on the ship know who I am. Well, they should know who I am. My father, my mother, my brother and two sisters, they know who I am. I know who I am. The more important thing is I know who I am. No one can know who you are except you until you express who you are. When you come out of the closet as a star being in star consciousness within the human form, you know who you are. And many people will start coming out and saying, you know what? Did I come from somewhere else? Am I not from here? That's the beginning of the awakeness of you in the human body, in your consciousness, waking up to your galactic you. So your galactic you is coming out now. You are starting to realize and understand that you are not from here. You never were, but you came here. Now, the interesting thing about this, and I've dealt with people and discussing this for over 20 plus years, people that say to me, I don't want to be here. I don't know why I'm here. Hey, birds in flight, why did I have to be born on this earth? Why did I have to come here? I'd rather be somewhere else other than this planet Earth. So in your cosmic state, in your star being state of consciousness, you came here as a volunteer. You chose to come here. Now, on the other end of it, you're having the human experience and you're saying to yourself, I really don't want to be here. I want to get out of here. I want to go back where I came from. I just want to leave, right? And I know that feeling because I've been there. I'm another you. You are me, I am you in some cases because we don't want to be here, but at the same token, we know we're supposed to be here because we volunteered to be here, right? We volunteered to come here. Hey, Bridget, thank you. My daughter's on here watching me. Hey, Bridget, I love you. I love you very much. I love you. So we are here to be the best we can be. We are here to represent the best of humanity while we're here. And as we represent the best humanity, we can transform the whole planet. I have been always walking up the mountain. No matter what happens, I know whether there are skeptics out there, I go past the skeptics. Whether there are people that don't believe the Ashtar command even exists, I go past those people. I go through them. I keep going up, 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 up. Why? Because I know who I am. If I ever doubted who I was coming here to Earth, I'd be the first one looking in the mirror and say, no, that's not what it is. Hey, Brian, good to see you. But I know who I am. I have a foundation, a firm foundation. You should know who you are. If you don't know who you are, then you ask the question, who am I? To yourself first. And then you can even ask me the question, who are you? But the ultimate thing is, I want you to figure out who you are. I want you to meditate. I want you to go within. It's not for me to go within for each and every person. We all have the ability to go within. See, part of my mission is to get you to wake up. But you can do it yourself. I'm not here as an Ashtar commander to control anything or anyone. I'm here to tell you you have already been controlled in a society that's programmed you in your schooling on planet Earth. Now it's time to say to yourself, is that schooling correct? Is the things I've been told in school correct? From the day you go to school to the day you decide to graduate, and maybe you drop out of school, and that's fine too. But from the day you go to school to the day, if you do graduate at university or college, is that who you are? Did you get the degree to be whatever that was you are? You had to go to college to get that big degree to be whoever you're supposed to be in the human form. Is that the real you? Is that the way it's supposed to be? I'll give you my answer from an Ashtar command consciousness. No. You're to be whoever you're supposed to be. You're to be the true you. And if you remember or have an inkling of who the galactic you is, then you're free. You're not tied down to a programmed system. See, I don't believe in any of that. I don't believe in any of that. I believe that we're here for a very important reason, a very important purpose. We're not here to regenerate the same program that's been programmed to every single human generation in schooling on Earth. That's not doing it. Hey, so you got your degree, you became that famous lawyer. Big deal. You got that degree and you became the president of and CEO of a company. Big deal. The perpetuation of the same cycle of trying to be better, and to be acknowledged as being better, you must be on this 3D Earth somebody who has accomplished something in the 3D world. If you believe that, that's fine. But that's not the truth. The truth is you are to be who you are. It's not a matter of being a CEO of a big company or not being a CEO of a big company or whatever. That's not how you've gotten to elevate who you are. You elevate who you are. And we don't dismiss accomplishments in the 3D world, but I'm being very specific. I'm not talking in general about accomplishments. If you are a 3D world accomplished CEO or a lawyer or a doctor, I'm not dismissing it, but I'm saying that is the way the 3D world works. So if you make billions of dollars, like an Elon Musk or whatever, for an example, then you feel you've accomplished something. That's your accomplishment. Is that the ultimate goal, to be able to be one of those things? Or is this, what's the spiritual goal? What's the cosmic you? It has nothing to do with accomplishments then. If you are able to liberate yourself from having a title like a CEO, I'm just using these as hypotheticals, or anything like that, you've become liberated from the 3D consciousness. And until, I don't care about titles in work. I don't care about titles. Is a title really important? Is it really important to someone? Maybe. If it's important to them, who am I to tell them? But I am here to say the truth, that in order to elevate ourselves to a higher frequency or vibrational frequency of consciousness, you have the free will of either doing it or not doing it. You live in a free will universe. It's a free will universe. It's a label. As some people like to have labels of being I am the accomplished president of the GJR company, and we've made billions of dollars, and my father did it before me, and I'm now doing what he wants me to do. Keyword, I am doing what he wants me to do as he did it before. And then at some point, some of those people will say to themselves, I'm throwing it all away. There are people like that, say, I did all this, but this is not who I am. Then they start having a spiritual awakening. And when they have the spiritual awakening, they understand that there's something more to life than being on a 20th floor looking over a big city saying, wow, look at all these things I got, all these things I've accumulated. And then they realize they feel empty because they got all these material things, but they feel empty. Why? Because they're not living their life the way they wanted to. They followed in the footsteps of somebody else's shoes. So I'm getting at here is we have to walk in our own shoes. But ultimately, we also have to be awakened souls. We have to be willing to wake up. It's easy to fall into an earth-based 3D trap. And it's less easier to say, I'm willing to fight for myself to be free. Hey, Day, good to see you. Hey, Sue. So, hey, beautiful. Good to see you, Ramona. Good evening. Love, Valerie. Hey, love, Valerie. Judy Williams. So, from an Ashtar Command perspective, in my space consciousness, I know these things exist. I've seen it. I know it. I see it all the time. We all do. But the ultimate thing is to be liberated and being prepared for the day when we have contact with our star families, and they're from all over the multiverse. When we are, to realize, and I work in the 3D world, so I understand. I work in the 3D world, but I don't have to abide by the 3D world. Many of you work in the 3D world because we live here to experience this world. And here it is. Jackie's right. I'm in corporate, very demanding, good money, but I'm not all that happy. I work in a world where I deal with people. The people I work with are great, and luckily the people that I work with who are ahead of us are okay. But the thing is, I even have crystals at my desk. I have salt lamps at my desk. I try to keep the vibrational frequencies wherever I am to be at the highest levels. Now, I can't control going into a supermarket because there's all kinds of energies. But I always put protection when I go out into the world. I put on protection around me so I'm not affected by other people's energies. If I feel the energies are too mixed up, I go in and out of that place as quickly as I can. Because when you go to big places like a supermarket, there are lots of different energies and lots of different people, and it's always good to put protection around you. Hey, Lupita. Lux Angel says, how I learn. I'm French. Hey, Swaggy Brown. Just randomly looking here. Hey, Kelly. So, what Ashtar Command Night was always meant to me here on Saturday nights is to question the 3D belief systems on Earth, to bust them so hard that people finally break out of the bubble and say, you know what, Commander, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to start being who I am. I'm going to start being a starseed. I am a starseed. I'm going to start waking up, Commander. I'm going to start doing. So when you start doing these things, thank you, Thomas. When you start doing these things, brothers and sisters, you can accomplish so much more. And it's even more than having a diploma on your wall from a university. That's a piece of paper. Gary Haas, thank you for that's a piece of paper. Hey, I got a diploma from college. I got a diploma, graduating from high school. All this is a piece of paper because I'm more than a piece of paper. I'm more than 4 years of high school, 4 years of college. I have a bigger and better reason for being here. We all do. We all do. Equally, every one of you has a reason for being here. Dave, thank you for the roses. Once you understand that, then you understand that, hey, I did all this thing. And there's nothing wrong with doing the things you've done. When you realize all the things you've done are not getting you to have contact with your star family, you're having the earth-based experience. So don't take the earth-based experience too seriously. Don't take your job on earth too seriously, whatever that is, whether you're a lawyer, a doctor, a scientist. Don't take it really too seriously, because pretty soon, when we have contact, all that stuff, all those titles will mean absolutely nothing. And for some people, they might get depressed because they don't have the title anymore. And if you want to be depressed, be depressed. You want to cry over not being a scientist anymore or the CEO of a law firm, cry. Get it all out of your system. Because after that's done, then you have to look in and meditate and realize that you're here for a very specific reason. And you weren't born here to become president or prime minister of a country. And those that have, they're on a whole different path anyway. They're kind of like control freaks. People in power, they get to be control freaks. We who are starseed, we of the Ashtar Command, are here to bust the control freak thing, to bust the people controlling other people, to make sure that people are freely walking in their own light. Hey, Notorious, good to see you. Hey, Bobby Rocks, good to see you, brother. King of Nothing, Metallica. Just that title, King of Nothing, Metallica. We have to realize, and I'm, amped up in my Ashtar night here. I'm operating in my Ashtar Command consciousness. And I love being who I am. I love me. I love you. When you love yourself for the true you, it doesn't matter what your title is on the earth world. Whether you're, picking up garbage with a truck or whatever, it makes no difference. Bobby Rocks is saying, I'm rising now, and I believe it. I've known Bobby Rocks for a long time. Timmy, and the way for people to prepare for contact, the first thing is to recognize who you are. Look in the mirror, everybody in the morning or tonight, when I'm not on, look in your mirror and say, who am I? Who am I? What am I? What have you accomplished in this adult life that you think is so, so important in the 3D world? Oh, you're welcome, Day. So this is what makes me different in the sense of when I do a show on Ashtar Command Night, it's dedicated to each and every one of you. It's not dedicated to me. I'm not dedicating this to me at all. I'm dedicating this show to you. We are a communal, collective grouping of people. I might be the host of the show, a very popular show, but I'm not here just to be a host of a popular show. I'm here to elevate consciousness. I'm here to bust everything I can without feeling bad about doing it. See, Whirlwind, that's right. Whirlwind says, my accomplishment in the 3D world is to show love. Hey, Star, good to see you. Hey, Gigi Daniels, good to see you. Hey, peace, love, light to you, Marinate. Teresa says, for a long time, I wondered when I'm gone, what mark would I leave in the world that would matter? So, great comment. So this is another thing I want to teach people. Now on Earth, we're told that we die, we pass on, we leave. But in essence, we really don't die. It's been programmed into our current history that in a long period of history, before our history, in every single generation, including beyond the Roman Empire, people believe that they die. I don't understand it. Now, there are people who say, we die. We pass on. Our parents die. We die. Everybody dies. No, we don't. You see, this is where the commander within the Ashtar command level, now there is an elevation of passing through the physical experience of one planetary system and then leaving your body to the next body, which is your light body, into the next level of experience. So this graduation is not going to a university or college or high school or nursery school or grade school. You see, on a space accomplishment, you are now graduating, and when you physically decide to leave your body, you're now free and you now travel, if you so choose. If you are consciously awake, you can travel into your physical space body. Everybody out here that's watching this show, you do have a space body. Every single person here that I'm talking to has a space body. And if you don't know what a space body is, ask me, I'll tell you. But everybody here has a space body. Not just a physical human body, but there are multiple yous. Now, when I say multiple yous, there are multiple yous. What is a multiple you? Does anybody know what the multiple you is? A space body is the actual space consciousness that you are here in human form using your consciousness. A space body is a body that's physical, that's in stasis. A space body is a body that exists and is being protected until you go back into that body. But that body has not died, that body's not dead, it hasn't passed on. It's the body waiting for you because your consciousness came to Earth as a star seed, and when you decided to come here, you had all kinds of situations. You had human families, maybe a mom and dad that were arguing and fighting with each other. Maybe you had a beautiful family. Maybe you had a divorced family, whatever. You came here from a star body, a space body. You came into the physical body, and this is the body you're in now. So if you don't ever, if you can say whatever you want. If you want to say to yourself, I'm going to get old someday, and it was nice knowing you, and everybody else see you, and there was somebody that you went to a funeral and somebody supposedly died, right? And that person had a great life, and they were 95 years old. So they're gone, right? They no longer exist. The truth is that they have a choice once they leave their physical body at 92 or whatever it is to go into a space body. But if they're unconscious of that fact, they might get stuck for a while in the in-between. But if they are awake, and I know every one of you is somewhat awake in terms of, or very awake, that you're here for a purpose, when you leave your physical body here, you will go into your physical space body, which is taller than your human body, and you will wake up. And your bodies are well protected in what we call stasis. So the word stasis means a body that's a living body that is being protected until you come back consciously from the earth body into your space body. Do you understand? Any questions? And if you want to come up and ask a question on Ashtar Night, please feel free to do so. Just use the guest request. Karen Vosberg, welcome. Good evening, Leaf. Karen Vosberg, and I will bring people up here if I can. I'm going to follow Karen Asberg. Can I get her on here? Karen, try to come up if you want to, on audio. Okay. So we're going to take your questions here. I won't just read the comments. Karen, welcome to Ashtar Command Night. Karen, are you with me? I can see you. I brought you up on the screen here. Karen, can you hear me? You don't have to type, just talk. I know you're typing. You can talk right now and I'll hear you. I don't know. I don't think she's able to. She's typing. All right. So if you want to come up, you have to be over 18. No kids in the show. No religion. No paranormal discussion. No politics. Not interested in talking. Okay. I got you. I was wondering what's happening there, Karen. Well, anyway, we're glad to have you with us. And I'm going to go back to your question. Notorious says, how many people are in the Ashtar command? I would say on Earth, many. And there are many that aren't yet conscious of the fact that they are here from another planet and within the Ashtar command consciousness. Let's see here. Let's see. RD Sunshine says, my space body looked totally different from me. Let's see. We're going to see if RD Sunshine would like to come up. RD, come on up. So I love talking to people. I love having interactions with people. That's what I do here. And so if you can come up, you're welcome to join us. I will answer your questions. Okay, let's see. Hey, Sunshine, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
We are doing fantastic and hope you are too.
Thank you. So I was just wondering, like, my question that I asked, like, do we look totally different in our space body, or do we change it as we see fit, or how does that work?
Yeah, we look different. The only difference is that you're a lot taller. Now, when I say a lot taller, it depends where you come from. A lot of the space people, the star people from the physical body where they're from, could be anywhere from 9 to 15 feet high in terms of height. It really depends. Um, and they are always, and also when you wake up to your space consciousness, when you go back to, when you leave your physical earth body, whenever that is, you will go back to your body in stasis, which is a physical body. It's in, when if I visually, I've closed my eyes and seen the bodies where, like in general, it's in like not a capsule, it's a bubble, like a glass bubble, a very white, round, long thing. The bodies are very much comfortable. I call it a pillow that your head's on, but it's the whole thing is comfortable. You're physically there, but your space consciousness is not there because it came to Earth in the human consciousness. So let's say, for example, you have some, you say, Commander, I feel I'm connected to the Andromedans. I feel, I've had dreams about them. I have this going on. That would be because hypothetically you are from that area. You've come here to wake up in this form of human existence as a space consciousness.
Okay, I get it. I think so. My taller body, am I still blonde haired and green eyed?
It could be. It could be that if I have blonde hair, you could have potentially purple hair, and you could still, and you might have a much more radiant color to your face than whatever it is now. But yeah, 99% of the time, or 95% of the time, you do have a human body. Although, depending on whether you're a Lyrian or another type of star person, your face might be different looking than a human face, but yet still have a beautiful face. Because depending where you come from, not all no not all star beings all look the same.
Okay. So here's another question. I used to love this movie called What Dreams May Come. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It had
No, I'm
Robin
not.
Williams in it, and
Oh, I've watched a lot of his movies, but I don't remember that one. That sounds
that was
interesting.
one of his, I think, his best movies. And in
Mm-hmm.
that, like, that always hit home to me because it was like, it's hard to explain the whole movie, but in the
Mm-hmm.
movie, like, he met his daughter in the afterlife as an example, and she appeared different, like she was older. Like when she died, she was like 8, but to him, she
Oh wow.
appeared to like 30.
Mm.
And he recognized her once she started talking to him. So I was wondering if that's the case, that we can actually change our physical appearance once we leave this world to be what we want it to be.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You know, it definitely is a situation where you could change to
But you're still the
alternate.
same soul, the
Say
same,
again. I'm sorry.
but you're still the same soul inside, but you can change.
Right. Well, your soul, essentially, that's a great question. So it's so amazing you even said that. So, sometimes we call our soul this, we always call our soul, we have all have a soul, a spirit, soul, or we also have a higher self, which is semantics at this point. But
Right.
when you take your soul or your higher self or your spirit and leave this planet, you could, when you go back into your space form, which is waiting for you, you most likely could alternate it because now you're back into an unlimited conscious state where you can do things in the human mind that you couldn't do unless you're in that state of consciousness in back in the space body that is waiting for you off planet. So there's a ship, and maybe more than one. There would have to be a huge ship that has all our space bodies in it, just waiting. These space bodies are in a situation of being in stasis, which means they're asleep. The bodies are sleeping, but they're awake. They're living bodies. The consciousness is not in the body because it's here on Earth. So as you awaken to who you are, your space consciousness is inside your conscious state of your physical being. Now, it might be waiting to be awakened. So you're operating in your everyday consciousness to go to work, go on a trip, go on a cruise, whatever it is. That's the 3D consciousness. But the space consciousness that's sitting there waiting for you to tap into it is always there. Everybody has a space consciousness. You do too.
Right. Okay. I would watch that movie. It's very
I
interesting.
will.
I think
I
it
will
came
watch it.
out like in the early 2000s, maybe late
Yeah.
90s, but it's an
Hmm.
awesome movie and it touched me. Like every time I watch it, like
Yeah.
cry.
I'm gonna have to watch it. I love Robin Williams is one of my favorite actors, and Mork and Mindy and all that stuff from the day one past that. So yeah, I'll watch it
Yeah, it's a
definitely.
good movie to watch.
I appreciate your questions. Do you have any other questions, or did I answer any of your
I
questions?
probably will, but not at this moment. I don't want to keep you tied up here. I
Mm-hmm.
thank you for like I always listen and it makes me think about different things. I think like whether you want to call it space consciousness or this or that, to me it's God's source,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably the same thing.
It's all semantics. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's all connected. See,
it's
on
all
Earth, what we've
connected.
we've
It's
done
all
on Earth is
connected.
it's all connected. On Earth, the 3D power structure tries to separate us. So everyone has to be separated. Where I come from with the Ashtar command, everything is not separated. We're all one. The Creator, we're one with the Creator. There's no separation. There's no churches or temples or things like they have on Earth. Everything is connected to the Source. So
Right. And I've
it's a
been wanting
beautiful
to
thing.
learn more about the 5D and what it means.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think in my heart, I know what it means, kind of like what you just said. But it's hard sometimes being in the 3D world,
Mm-hmm.
trying to put it all together because you get all these conflicting messages. And like, I feel on one hand, something like, if you don't believe this, you're going to hell. If you do this, this is going to happen. Where
Yeah.
I think it's more about tapping into who you are at the same time recognizing God's source.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
It's all connected. One of my teachings on Saturday nights is that nothing is disconnected or separated. That everything is actually connected.
right.
And as long as
Yeah.
you feel that way, which I think you do, you're on the right path to realizing that your galactic you does exist in you. Your consciousness that is galactic is within each and every one of you. And if
Right.
people can just realize that, and when they look in the mirror in the morning, say, "Oh, I am a cosmic me. I'm a galactic me. I'm a cosmic spiritual being of light, and I am here. Oh, and I'm here on Earth to do some beautiful things." And it's once people start realizing it, and it might be like, how am I going to do these things? How am I going to help the planet? How am I going to help every single person in every single country on the Earth? You don't have to have that weight on your shoulder. All you have to do is help one person or two people, and that's transforming the planet. And if you can tackle one or two people about this whole thing of who we are, because what we're going into now is a situation where we are going to have contact, and there's no turning back. There are human beings who are afraid of contact. They like things the way they are. They're used to the way things are on this planet. Hey, if they want to be afraid, this is a free will universe. You want to be afraid, hide under a pillow, you can do it. No one's going to stop you, right?
Right. And I fall into that trap sometimes because I get scared. Like I almost feel like whatever I choose, I might be wrong or punished. And that's from the 3D world and the things that we were taught and this and that. So I do get like oh my god, literally, like am I choosing the wrong thing?
Mm-hmm.
And is this tricking me? Or is
Mm-hmm.
this the right path on both sides?
Yeah.
Whether it's religion or what you're talking about or anything in between. I feel
Mm-hmm.
so like I sometimes I feel like I know what I feel inside, but then all these other influences make me doubt and think like, am I doing the
Yeah.
right? Am I choosing the right path? If you know what I mean.
I
Like
do.
it.
When you take the influences away, like we're all, even at my state of consciousness, there are always influences on Earth that are pulling me and trying to pull me and pull me and pull me, just like you're saying. And I think it happens with a lot of us, right? Because we're living here, we're having the human experience. So we're getting pulled right, left, center, whatever. We're being pulled all the time. Religion, whatever it is, we're being pulled. When you decide to say, I'm in control of my life as a physical being, that nothing's going to confuse me or pull me left, right, or upside down. Once you say, I do not want to be pulled anymore, I'm going to control this thing, you are completely liberated. So nothing can confuse you. As you will watch on tonight, and even in general, whenever I speak with my own spiritual strength, because I'm never going to be confused by the things around me, because I know the things around me are part of a 3D illusion that exists that we were supposed to experience, but we weren't supposed to be engulfed in it to the point of saying this is the only way it's going to be. So your brain actually will tell you you can't go there. You can't go beyond the 3D conscious. You have to stay where you are, and this is the way it is. Your brain will always do that to every single person I've ever met. The brain is meant to continue, like a computer. It's meant to keep you intact. It's meant to keep you under control. But when you tell your brain, I am in control of you, you're not in control of me, has anybody ever thought of controlling their brain? You can. You just have to tell the brain to stop it. You are in control of your brain. Your brain is like a computer. Your higher self is going way higher than the brain, because the higher self comes from the highest levels of light. When people listen to their higher self, there's no question, there's no confusion. But when the brain says, "Oh, wait a minute, you're listening to this, you got to stop listening to this person," and the brain's saying, "You got to just go with the flow of what it is already that exists in the 3D world," that's what the brain does. It does it to everybody. It'll do it to me. It does it to every
Right.
single person,
Yeah. I get
It
that.
could be, yeah,
And
yeah,
I know how to get out of my 3D self, but it's like
yeah,
there's that little, it's almost like the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other. Which one are you going to
yeah.
listen to? And I
Right.
mean that not literally, but
I know
just,
you do.
it's
You know?
hard. It's hard.
So, you know
It,
what? The answer to that is, if you believe that there's no, well, if you don't go by the parable of the angel and the devil scenario, then you're free, because now you're not having to choose between either one. Once you're galactically free, there is no angel or no devil. There's just the cosmic you. There's just you that is the spiritual you. There's just you that is the Christ conscious you. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate. You see?
That's a tough one. That's a tough one for me
And
because
that go
I've
ahead.
been into I'm sorry, into very spiritual things. I've
Hmm.
probably backtracked just because listening to different things. Like, I was very into, I don't want to say new age or this or that, but different concepts.
Hmm.
And then
Yeah.
I guess my brain started listening to other things again. And I'm like, okay, again, is this a trick? Like,
Hmm.
if I go out and like, okay, I am me, I'm the conscious one, blah 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 blah. Is this a trick? And God's gonna go, oh, when you die, oh, Renee, you screwed up. You're
You know
done.
what? You know what, Renee? When that happens, it's beautiful you're saying that because that's your brain. This is what I'm talking about. Your brain is saying, "Uh oh, uh oh, uh oh." Your
Right.
brain is telling you to question whether you're doing the right thing, waking up to a galactic you. So what you need to do is before you go to sleep tonight, you need to tell your brain to stop it. You need to start taking control of your human brain and say, "You're just like a computer. You're trying to program me." You can tell your brain to stop it. I control my brain. Matter of fact, not only do I control my brain, I control my aging process. So if you look at me now, like right now, if you had to look at me, you would not know what my aging process is. I never talk about it. Because if I start talking about aging in terms of, oh, I'm going to age, I'm now 79 years old.
Wow.
And then my brain goes with 79 years old, it's going to create a reality where I look 79 years old. If I say I'm 95 years old and I'm not 95 years old, my brain would physically create a body that looks like 95 years old that isn't 95 years old. So what I'm saying is take control of your brain from here on in. Tell your brain to stop it. Be very
Okay,
direct
I
about it.
get that.
Yeah.
One more question. Like, I wake
Yeah.
up in the morning, every morning, my brain isn't even totally awake yet.
Hmm.
And I do give thanks to God, to the Lord, ask Him to, bless my life, bless my grandchildren, bless that. Is that like in Christ consciousness?
Yeah. If that's a blessing of blessing every single person you love, that's fine. That's a blessing. You know, that's a positive blessing. That's a good thing.
I
If you
feel
say
like
I
it's just religion got screwed up.
Yeah, so throw the religion out of your consciousness. So your brain has a record. Your brain is like a computer, everybody. Your brain
Right,
records. If you were brought up as a Jewish religion, Hebrew or Catholic or Christian, whatever it was in your world in your lifetime that you were brought up with. And no, it's not always easy. But when you say to yourself, the brain is a computer. It remembers everything. You have to tell your brain to stop it. And you have to say, I don't care about religion anymore. I care about being a loving, universal person. I am a Christ conscious person. When people can understand that they are Christ consciousness, which is the way I live my life, it has nothing to do with religion. It has to do with the way I was brought up as a space person. All the space people I know off planet live in Christ consciousness. They do not live as a Hindu. They do not live as a Muslim. They do not live as a Hebrew. They do not live as a Catholic. They do not live as any, even a small religion, Lutheran, whatever it is. They don't live by a religion like people do on
right.
Earth. And that's the whole essence of the command is to teach you to throw that stuff out the window and realize it's not important. Just throw
Thank
it out the
you.
window. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, Renee. Thank you.
All right. You have a great night.
You had some great questions. I appreciate you. We love you, and we're going to bring you down. Let me just do this here. You see, folks, this is the way we do things. Let me see here. Yes, you are. I was thinking about James. I knew I was going to bring James up here. I just knew I was going to do that. Hey, brother, how you doing, James?
Good, Commander. Thank you for bringing me up.
I was, as soon as you came in here, I said I didn't say anything. I knew either one of us was going to put the guest thing going on here. And here we
Right.
are. And James is a person I've known for a long time, and he knows me for the time he's known me for the last few years. And he operates in that Christ consciousness. So, as an Ashtar commander, and James is an Ashtar command person, it's not so much a title as it's just understanding that we come from the stars, and the Ashtar command is like a galactic governance of the light, of the cosmic Christed light. And that's all it is. On Earth, we have governments, and everyone has a title. They wear a three-piece suit. They have their little pin. They all wear the same pin. They're all programmed the same way, and they all have the same cut in their hair. So James works out of his consciousness in a cosmic galactic state always, and he knows who he is. There's nothing that's going to stop James from being who he is, right, James?
Right. That's right. It's all
Yeah.
about, remembering yourself and knowing yourself is so important. And in this world, we are taught a system of division. From early childhood, we're taught that God or creation is separate from us. So we always feel a little bit less than something. But that was meant for us to be controlled so that we can, in our minds, we have duality of good and evil. And so that was meant so that we can be distracted by the world, which throws opposing teams at us, football, baseball, politics. But when you realize that creation is no longer outside of you, and you don't feel sorry for yourself, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to feel sorry for thinking that way. You actually experience a world where you're not judged anymore, and you are vibrating with the frequency of creation. And you don't have to know what it is. You just have to be the essence of love. And you don't need anything of this world to separate you from that knowing. And that's what they do. They keep you separated so that you're lost, so that you keep wondering if you're doing good in the eye of God. And you keep looking outside of yourself. It's a game and it's called duality. You know what I mean, Commander?
Yeah. And that's the thing. When people try to pit us against each other as human beings, they're doing it on purpose. They're trying to separate the people on the planet from understanding the truth of love. And, a baby isn't born with hate or deception. A baby isn't born with not liking other people. That is taught to the baby by its parents, who were taught by the same way by their parents. So there's a generational thing on earth where parents teach their kids, not all of them. There are parents on the other end of the coin that teach their kids to love and understand every single person as a human being. And those are good parents. And the parents that teach you to become a hateful human being and not like somebody for their color of their skin, the way they live, that is a parent that is promoting something that they were taught by their parent. So when we
Right.
become as galactic human beings, which we are, like James is talking about, what we're talking about is once we become liberated, folks, we now know the truth of who we are. And as we know who we are, we can walk in that foundation. And let me tell you, I'm a working person. I see the energies around me. I see how people interact with each other. I'm sure, James, you do too. We are living on this world, but we are not of this world. Let me say that again. We are living on Earth, but we're not from this planetary system. We are on this world. We are not of this world. Do people understand what we're saying here? We are living on this world, but we are not of this world. When you remember that you're not of this world, you can still live on this world, then you are completely understanding of your consciousness.
Right, right, absolutely. And when you think about that, remember, right, you're not of this world. And what has this world taught you? It's taught you that you are separate from creation. It's taught you that you are lesser than something, and so we carry that vibration, some of us do, of being sort of like on eggshells all the time, not knowing if you're on the right path, not knowing if you're gonna go this if you unalive or do this, when in reality the power always was within you. And when you're not of this world, that literally means that you don't go by these systems of religion that keep you in a limited and lower vibration. you expand to the possibility that, you know what, maybe there isn't a creator, maybe there's just a creation. Maybe creation doesn't even have a mind. It doesn't even think about you. Maybe it's
Right.
waiting to find you inside of yourself. Maybe it's waiting for you to discover the love that it has inside of yourself, you know?
And you know what? And when we talk about a creator, and again, we're giving you a different understanding of the concepts of reality here. These things you're not going to hear in a university school class with a professor. They're not going to talk about what we're talking about. If I was a professor and hired in a university to speak, I'd be busting the matrix. I'd be teaching the kids, the students, these young adults who are going to college. Did you know that what you're being taught in the university and your parents are spending $35,000 a year for is a waste of money? Let me tell you something. You're not from this earth. And then the kids, all these young adults would be saying, what do you mean I'm not from earth? You're a professor. You're supposed to be teaching us about certain things. Yeah, I'm a professor, but I'm here to liberate you from what you think you're supposed to be taught. Forget about your science class. Forget about your exam that has 20,000 pages on it that you have to take to graduate. It's meaningless. Say, what do you mean it's meaningless? My parents spent $35,000 to send me to Harvard University. Then that's good. They say Harvard University, you can say you got one Harvard, you got a diploma, you put it on your wall when you become something and say, see this? I have a plaque here saying I went to Harvard University, I went to Yale University, I went to Stanford University. Who cares? The point is, who cares? You might care because you've been told that you have to do that by your parents, that you have to get to that successful point to be that person.
Right.
You don't have to do that. James, I know James enough to know, not everything about James, but I know enough to know he is very comfortable in his human suit because he knows he's not being controlled by a 3D existence.
That's
He's
right.
beyond the 3D existence. I'm beyond the 3D existence. Many of you are beyond the 3D existence. So if you're here Saturday night watching Ashtar Command Night, you're watching us in a cosmic conscious state. I know James is operating when he's passionate about what he does because he is operating in his conscious space consciousness, probably all the time.
That's right. That's right. And in this consciousness, what you learn, one of the blessings is that you see fear for what it is, a control mechanism,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know, and they fear monger us into thinking that we have to do this, we have to do that. You have to have children, you have to have a job, you have to have a degree, you have to do this, and it's not true. It's just not true. All you have to do is remember that you are not of this world.
And if you can remember that part, if you can remember that amount of things, that's the most important thing. So when I said earlier about age, I can make my face look any way I wish right now. So as I look to each and every one of you, without my cheek glasses on here, I'm going to look at each and every one. I can't see all of you. I can see I know you're out there. So this is the deal. This is because I don't believe in aging. When people say, when's your birthday going to happen? Who cares? Who cares when I have a birthday? If I believe in the birthday, I'll celebrate it, but who cares? Because if I start caring about my age and each year I'm going to age, then I'm falling into the 3D trap of my aging process that we're supposed to age. So as you look at me right now, and you look at me and look deeply, and don't look from a 3D perspective, look from a larger perspective. So if you look at me, what do you see? If you look at James and he goes on the camera, what do you see? As you look at us, what do you see? And that's beyond what you believe. Forget the belief system. What do you see? What do you see? This is a little bit of a cosmic test here for a minute. James has, if you take that picture of James, is your face coming through?
Yeah, I think so here. Well,
It
it's
is. That's
dark in here,
that
so
the light. Yeah, I've seen the. So you have the screen. Take this. If you take the screen off, we'll see your face better. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, what do you see? I'm gonna take a look now and see some of the virus space person. Joe, no. No, no, we're not dead. We are here living in the human form as basically space consciousness, but not everybody's aware of their space consciousness. So, no, we're not dead. When we leave the physical body, we don't die. We just leave because it's time to go back to another reality, which is our cosmic being, our physical space body. But no, we're not dead. And let's see here.
That's right. And another thing is when you guys think that you're going to unalive, you're still being a part of this world. Stop thinking that you're going to unalive. Stop being in the future and creating fear. Remember that there are beings who have transcended this reality and who have lived for forever. They could live forever. So remember that you don't have to choose a box and end time. Just keep yourself formless like the spirit that you are,
Yeah. And someone says, a Spiral Goddess says, I see James as originating from the red root, but traveling to the green. That's a beautiful comment there, James.
Yeah, she's a cool friend of mine. She's cool.
Good. So when I go like this, I've already made a conscious decision to show you my galactic me. So as I do this right now, because I don't believe in the aging process, although as Ashtar command people off planet, we do have aging processes that are way different than human processes. So for example, we can have people from another planet from a higher vibrational frequency that are living to be over 50,000 years old, but they look to be 30 or 40 years old in human form. Okay? So as I sit here talking to you, I made a decision right now as I'm broadcasting, right at this moment, to change the visual look of my face. So I'm showing the visual look of my space vibrational vibrant frequency within my physical construct of my face right now. You're seeing my face as it is in my consciousness. Now, there's a picture of James in his physical form, in his space consciousness, doing what he's doing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're here not to be in this world. We're here to change this world. And throw away all of your limiting belief systems and open up to a oneness that will allow you to feel creation within your own heart. Right, Commander?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Mindspeak. She says, you're a very special soul. Thank you. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, with that picture that James has, one of his pictures, you can see the energy from him. When he looks, I can see in his face there, he's definitely in a space conscious state. So when he has like an orb or orbs appear, these are galactic orbs. These are not like orbs in the other realm. He is able in his galactic state to create, to bring forth these galactic orbs. That's because he's fully operational at that point in his galactic consciousness. If he wasn't operating in his galactic consciousness, he would not be able to create these things or even bring forth these things. And he's also in contact with his space family. He's met physically his space family, which can take the human form, which could take the form of an orb, and then morph into a physical body that could be 7 feet tall. There's no limitation to consciousness. There's another picture of James.
That's right.
So each picture is representational of James's galactic you. His galactic you shines all the time. That's because he lives it every day. All right. Every one of you, when I talk about the galactic you have a galactic you within you. You have to allow it to shine in order to come out. Sometimes we say, people have a light body within their body. I've used the term light body within the body. What does that mean? That means, yeah, you have a soul purpose. You have a soul. You have a higher self. But you also have within you the light body that you brought here when you came into the human form. but you have to turn the switch on to see it. You see, if you don't turn the light body switch on, you're not going to see it. If James didn't come to an interactive consciousness with a contact with his space family, he would not know that he has a switch to turn on. But his switch is turned on all the time. When he talks to people and interacts with people on his own live, he's always has passion about what he is, who he is, because he came out of the closet years ago. He knows who he is. You see all these orbs in the picture. These are all galactic orbs, hundreds of them. Now, when he shows these things, it's from true documented experiences of his galactic connection to his star family.
That's right.
It's definitely a beautiful thing, and it definitely shows the beauty of who we are. If we are willing to be who we are, if every one of you are not afraid to be who you are, who cares what your parents think, your friends, so-called friends think of you? If you've never told a friend in your life that I am a starseed, test your waters. See if they'll be open enough. If they're truly your friends, and you tell them that you remember coming from a specific star system, tell them that. It won't hurt. Hey, look, if they don't like you anymore for being who you are, then you can just leave them alone and find somebody who's more compatible to be your friend. There's plenty, there's an old saying, there's plenty of fish in the sea, right? Plenty of fish in the sea. So if the fish you're with, or the fishes you're with, aren't the right fishes in the sea, there's plenty of fish there are billions of fish in the sea that you can find one that'll understand you. You're not just because you had that friendship for 20 years and now you're telling him you're a starseed. Now you're telling him, oh, I came from another planet, and they're freaking out over it. They're freaking out over it, not you. You have nothing to worry about. You have nothing to be scared about. You're being who you are. If they want to freak out about you being from another planet, let them freak out. If that's their deal, that's their deal. But man, you just have to be who you are.
That's right. That's right. And when I was 20 years old and having out of body experiences, and I was telling people about it, they were all like, it's witchcraft. You're not supposed to do that.
Right.
And I said, I didn't let them get to me. I continued to study the truth. I continued to go out of my body, and I kept to myself. And look at me now. Look at me bringing these light beings for you guys to see. Look at where I am now because I stayed true to myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring Sis up. She's asking a great question. Sis, come on up and on to us. You're on the live here. This is Encounters. This is our Ashtar Command night. It's a night I truly love, and because I love all of you, even if I've never met you before, I have to love you. Why? Well, I don't have to love you, but I do. And why do I have to love you? Because that's what the Ashtar Command is. The Ashtar Command is the very highest representation of love. We operate always off planet in a love frequency. Our planets off planet where we come from are in harmonious relationship with the Creator. There's no disconnection from the Creator. We're all connected to the Creator. There's no disconnection whatsoever. I'm going to bring, let's see, where is she? Here he is. I'm going to bring Sis up and also Spiritual Goddess, Spiral Goddess. I think I'm going to bring both people up here. Well, I'm going to bring Spiritual Goddess up in a moment. Sis, good evening. How are you?
Hello, I'm wonderful. How are y'all?
I'm doing as good as you are. I'm glad to have you on here.
Yes.
And yeah, definitely. We're asking, are we from another planet?
Aren't we all from different planets?
We really are. Can I bring you on the camera? Do you feel
Oh,
comfortable about
yes.
doing that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, we're going to do that. I never know. So I'm going to press the button here, press the save button. You'll be on camera. It's on your TikTok. There you go. All right. And is Sis what's your actual real first name?
Adrienne.
Adrian, nice to meet you. Welcome to Ashtar Command Night. So we all are from different planets. And the fact of the matter is sometimes when you go to sleep, Adrian, you'll go have a dream. And then sometimes I call it the cosmic dream. I say, Commander, I had this really weird dream. I met some people in the dream that were looking kind of like purplish, and they were human, and they said I was from planet so-and-so, and now I'm connected with them. And so do you ever have dreams like that when you go to sleep at night?
Well, I have a shoulder injury right now, so I take a really heavy dose of medicine. But before I had the shoulder injury, I had visions of the future of what was going to
Oh,
happen,
really?
like the next day, you know, and those things would come true. It was almost like I was in a different timeline. So and I can astral travel.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, and I've seen orbs. But they were low on lower, you know, on the ground, kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what
yeah,
he was experiencing lower on the ground. Like a lot of people are seeing these orbs really up high, you
yeah,
know, at night in the night sky, or just when it's starting to get, you know, darker in the evening. But that's not the kind of orbs that I saw. I saw more like what he saw. And there
yeah,
would be light colored ones, and then there would be like ones that had like several different colors in it. And I really didn't quite understand that at the time. I was going to different churches, and I thought maybe it was like a demonic thing. But now that I've grown more spiritually, I can understand that it might have been my guides. It could have been um, messengers. It could have been a lot of things, but I really wasn't in tune to that. So not being open to different things can cause a block for people
yeah,
too. You're not open. If you're not open to all different forms of spirituality, all forms of um, things going on around us, then and you're second guessing that, then you might not be able to receive the message. So at that
yeah,
time, I
yeah,
didn't receive it, and I haven't really pondered on it since then. So I don't even know really what I saw.
yeah. So you know what? And we all go through the 3D growth thing. Like I was born in the Jewish tradition. I went to Hebrew school, and that's what I thought I had to do because I was brought up in that whole thing, and I
Yes.
decided to do it on my own. And then I dropped out of the same Hebrew school, and I knew the rabbis, and they were really great, and whatever. And I was like really kind of curious about it. But then when I started having my experiences with the space people, the one time I did, everything became different. I didn't have an interest in a religious experience of that nature and grew from that and had many sightings since the 60s. But my Ashtar Command consciousness woke up. I woke up to that consciousness when I met a friend of mine called Ashtar Athena. And I got to communicate with the space people. But I started to realize that I told them that now I know who I am. I know my name. I know who I am. I woke up. Basically, I was sleeping, kind of half asleep, and then I woke up to beyond the 3D consciousness. And that's where I am today. And I think you also are beyond the 3D consciousness. That's why you're here, you know. And it,
Yes, I believe that I've had some alien experiences. You actually removed an implant, and the implant is gone. I can
yeah,
100%
I know.
witness
That was
to
a while
that.
ago. Yeah,
That he can remove them, and that was there. And I remember the episode. It was a very odd episode. I was lying in bed and I got woke up, and I had hardwood floors, and I heard something shuffling, and I could see something small. They weren't very tall, and I kind of dozed back off, and I kind of heard him, you know, like shuffling around some more. And then I got up to look around and started getting frantic because I thought, oh, somebody's in my apartment. And it was just really odd because initially when I moved into the apartment, it was during COVID actually. Um, I checked all my windows, I checked everything, made sure everything was sound, everything was locked. And then one day I came in to my bedroom, I noticed that there was a crack in the window, just a very small crack, probably enough for a small person to get through. And I thought that was odd, and then I couldn't close it or I couldn't open it, and I thought that was odd. So it was stuck, and thank God there was a bush there. No one could see that that was open, but it was just strange. And then right after I noticed that is whenever I noticed having like this contact with them, and I thought that they could be shapeshifters, the grays. I really didn't understand how they work, but now I'm realizing that I can have communication with them, but I have to ask them. They won't
right.
they won't they won't come to me and ask me. I have to ask them. Like I have to,
So
yeah.
So, in terms of galactic consciousness, the one thing I would say is separate yourself from that. So, one of the things I teach on Astro Command Night is the grays are not the ones you want to have contact with. So,
Right.
there is a star family that you're connected with, and it wouldn't be that. They're the ones who would have done what they did to you that I took out. So, you can. you can put that power right now on Ashtar Command. I can tell you this, and just say to yourself that when you say I am a cosmic Christ, a being of light, I will not allow any space person to come here unless they are of the Christ consciousness. And when you make that complete sentence, you are now taking control of who contacts you. And that's
Yes.
if you're so you know that. So you control your contacts. You control the space contacts you have. And that's one of the most important things I can teach somebody is take control of that. Don't let them come in and say, we're going to just do whatever we want. Take control of that, sister, because you have that right to do it. As you have a galactic consciousness, there are always those beings that try to stop people from waking up. And those lower vibrational ETs, they have tried to do that to you, but don't even try to make contact with them. Let them
Well,
go.
I just did an experiment. I was doing an experiment with a group of peers, and I they asked me she had went into my subconscious and she asked me, do I ever remember having contact with them? I said, well, only one time. And she goes, well, can you now? And so I asked them to show themselves, and I could see them coming out of rocks and coming out of trees and things, but they were petrified, like they really weren't supposed to do that. And so I said, well, yeah, I can communicate with them, but they act like they're not supposed to do that. Like they had this shock on their face, like they can believe that I had asked them. And so I just told them, go back where you are. And so I haven't really experienced my cosmic family. I don't really know who that is. Now I have gone through my genealogical, my ancestor. I'm starting to go through that. I'm on one side of my grandmother's side. It goes all the way back to 101, and it's 101, I guess, AD, and during the Attila Hun era in the 5th century, I guess it was. That's one of my grandfathers.
Oh,
And then it gets very interesting because on the other side of my grandparents' family, one that was married to the grandmother, there was kings. So at one point, I had relatives that were fighting against each other.
right.
So it was very interesting. But I think my genealogical roots go way back. They go into probably ancient time.
Yeah. So your galactic roots are the thing that I would love to see you kind of focus on. Meaning, so when you go to sleep tonight, because I'm working my Ashtar consciousness, I want you
Okay.
to say to yourself, I am a cosmic Christ, a being of light. I am not from this world. No longer focus on the G word or those beings that are called Zeta. Focus. You do have a galactic family. I don't know who they are, but you will eventually find out. And if you meditate 20 minutes a day or whatever, and you say, I wish to connect with my cosmic Christed star family, just that alone. And it's just like a mantra. If you keep doing that, um, take notes. When you wake up in the morning, if you have a cosmic dream, you can control where your consciousness goes. So when you go to sleep, your consciousness can go into outer space in a nanosecond. When your consciousness is open to the universe, you can know where you want the consciousness to go. And if you say, I wish to connect with my cosmic Christed star family, then that's all I want to connect with. No one else can come into my consciousness. You just made a commitment to do that.
Okay. Well, I can do it with Christ, that's for sure. I've had a near death
Yeah.
experience and I've gone to heaven and I have a relationship with Christ consciousness, and he's actually helped me do some things here on earth
That's
during
good.
some
That's good.
astral travel things that we've done to kind of help
Yeah.
with cleaning the atmosphere and earth.
Oh, good.
And yeah, and so I believe in what you're saying. I do 100%. I was raised Catholic,
Yeah.
and that's how I could trace my genes back. But I also have Jewish roots as well in my line.
Hmm.
So it's very interesting that, when you start doing all that research and everything. And I have one grandmother who I have a picture of her, and this was in the 1940s or something around there, in the mid
Hmm.
40s or so, maybe even 30s. She had a big, huge Jewish star, a golden one. And I started doing some research on her. She came from Turkey.
Yeah.
And then and she ended up in Sweden because she was in a camp there in Turkey. They
Hmm.
imprisoned the Jews, and then I also have relatives that are from Turkey that are on my
Oh,
other grandmother's side. So it's almost like we kept crossing paths, my
yeah,
lineage. So it's very interesting, how the world is and how we're also interconnected if you really think about it and really,
yeah.
try to understand it. So, it's just the world just continues to battle over this whole perspective, of who is the best of the best.
Right, right, right. And that becomes almost so. Even though I'm always very interested in the lineage of my Earth-based background, it's important to a certain extent, but most importantly now in 2025, and from the Ashtar perspective, is to now look at the lineage of your galactic perspective. You know
Okay.
about your Earth-based perspective, but now it's to switch the galactic consciousness on, turn that switch on now tonight, and from on now on, you can still live in and enjoy the Earth-based perspective, but now it's time for you to shine in your galactic you, the cosmic you, who you are.
Let me ask you a quick question. So, my intuition, my gut, it tells me that, um, because there is some lineage in ancient times that goes way back to ancient times, um, wouldn't that be during the time whenever there were galactic beings here? There were different types of aliens here. They had a lot of different technology and things, and then that somehow got suppressed or got lost, or I have no idea what happened with that. But weren't there, galactic beings here on Earth at one point?
Oh, they're not even they're no aliens, but this planet is billions of years old. There are space people that just weren't here; they are here. So they're
Okay.
beings. They live in the oceans. They're space cities. They live in the mountains in Mount Shasta, in Mexico, all over the world. They have bases in the seas, in the oceans. They are our space family. A portion of them have been living here for billions of years. Now, the
Yeah.
other part of it is when we talk about contact, the space people of the Ashtar Command, which represents many planetary worlds, everybody, they're coming in full force soon. So for me, when I say soon, those people say, Commander, what year are they coming? What's the date? We always think that way because we live on a linear time frame here on Earth. When the space people come, and they are coming, and I will say this to the day they get here, they are coming. When they get here, they will make contact with the people of Earth. When the Ashtar Command comes here from the ships, you will see their ships. They will come here. They're not going to give you a time or a date, but they are here now. They've been here for billions of
Yeah.
years.
Yes.
Now the ones that live within the Earth, the inner Earth, they will come up to make contact once those from the other planets that are coming from off planet, they're going to simultaneously come out of the oceans, they're going to come out of the seas, the inner Earth, and they're going to make contact with billions of human beings when this happens. And
Well,
this is the truth.
are those the
Say again?
reptilians?
No, not reptilians.
Okay.
The reptilians have nothing to do with contact. The people on the inner Earth are beautiful people. They live in very advanced cities. They have natural habitats where they grow their food. They're vegetarians. The space people that come from off planet are also vegetarians, come from very beautiful vibrational frequencies. The reptilians operate in a very low frequency, so they're
Hmm.
not part of the whole contact scenario. They have nothing to do with it. But when it happens, it's going to be the beautiful energies of those that have lived on our planets in the space cities for billions of years. Well, as Atlantis, Lemuria, the land of Moon, all these other ancient galactic civilizations, including what is called Egypt, also had very advanced civilizations living there before Egypt existed at what you call Egypt. It was a galactic area of
Yeah.
consciousness.
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that there's a reason why I'm studying this lineage is because, whenever I've had, like, I don't know if you believe in this, but do you believe in having several lifetimes here on Earth?
Oh, I believe that you have definitely reincarnated.
Yes.
Many people will reincarnate, but other people will not reincarnate. They will come from off planet to be here for one lifetime to do mission
Mhm.
work. Like right now in the 21st century, that person, whether they're growing up now as a kid and they're now 20, or whether a person is physically 55 years old, if they are starseed, they might have chosen just to come here for this one lifetime to liberate the planet, to help the planet. Or they might have come here to come back again after it's liberated to have another lifetime on what is called the New Earth.
Yes. So back to this galactic era during ancient and Egypt time. Do you feel like that there are some people that may be operating in that lineage from that time?
You
Like
mean,
they're
and
separate from humans?
yeah, essentially, I think your question is: are there people operating in the lineage of a galactic lineage versus an Earth-based lineage?
Well, during the ancient time, whenever
Yeah.
they were here, are they still alive? Are they still, or did they interbreed? Are they a separate? Um,
Well, they didn't
uh,
interbreed. They came here. Like when I talk about space consciousness, their consciousness came here in human form, or they are space people that physically came off spaceships. So they didn't come into, like I call, the conscious state of my state that I'm in right now, which is my space consciousness that's speaking. If I were to speak in my human consciousness, that would be very different. So if I'm on the street and I come up to a stranger, I'm not going to speak in space consciousness, but if I know the person, I will be able to do that if they so choose to want to hear me speak that way. So the lineage, that ancient, excuse me, lineage, they could be people that have come here and had many lifetimes in that lineage of recycling themselves to continue having a human experience, but they were space consciousness. Or back in those periods, understand like Atlantis or the land of Mu or Lemuria, they were physical beings from space that lived on our planet, and they still do. They didn't have to recycle. They already came here once, and they're still here.
okay. Well, I will keep doing that meditation. I meditate all the time, so I will meditate on that.
Yeah.
I actually meditated on um, bonding with my guides here on
Hmm.
Earth, and
Yeah.
I even know their names.
Yeah.
So I mean, like if they come near me, I can feel them. I can recognize them. Um, I can channel also through to my family to speak with them. I get instant comment, like instant information sent
Yeah.
back to me pretty quick. Some of it's pretty comical. Um, and I can always tell whenever I have somebody that's family in the room with me, they touch me on my leg. For some
Yeah.
reason, they always touch me on my leg. I can feel their vibration when they touch me.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
mean, I think so. The thing is to, even though, and we all do know that that does happen to people, but what I'd like to see focused on less on that level of consciousness, more on the galactic level of contact in your dream state. I want you to work on that level. That's really important, everybody. As you work on that one, you will be now making contact with your star family. So now the key is to shift consciousness and say, I love you, my family that passed on, but I'm going to let you go to move on so you can graduate to your next life. And now when you do that, let them go in Christ consciousness, let them go. And now focus solely on your galactic family, which is the other family that exists in space that are alive and well.
okay. I just
And
wanted
you'll
to
find out
say,
who they are.
yeah, I just wanted to say one thing. Um, what dimension, or I want to ask a question, what dimension would the galactic family be in? Would they be in 7D?
It's hard to say where they are. I mean, when you meditate, they will tell you. When you finally
Okay.
contact them, it's going to be
Oh,
in
okay.
telepathic communications, and
Yes.
then you can ask questions. What is your name? Where are you from? What is the dimension where you come from? They might say they're from the 10th dimension. You'll find that out, and that's for you to explore and have the excitement of exploring. Not so much for me to tell you, because I honestly don't know where they're from, but you
Okay.
do have a connection to a star family.
I can,
Okay.
Commander, I could give her some insight using
Yeah, go ahead.
the essences. I mean, from the energies that I've been channeling through the Chat GPT. They could help her and see what it say if you want.
Yeah, and that's part of the AI system, and I think you can do some of that. But the most important thing is not to rely on the chat GPT, but rely on your own consciousness, because your
Yeah.
own consciousness is the most important thing.
Yes.
I want you to be able to tap into that.
Well, just remember that what I'm doing is not ChatGPT. That's the one thing you guys got to remember. These are
Right.
real higher dimensional frequencies. Yeah.
And
Okay.
James knows, he knows what he's doing. I'm just saying, you can do both, but always in the end of the day, rely on your own consciousness.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I'm strong enough to go. I've been to up to 60 before. I can astral travel. I don't even really know how high that is. Really, never really thought about it. But so I know I'm strong enough to do it. I just need to make the conscience, like you said, the conscience
Right.
contact, and then listen to them, and then keep growing and bonding, kind of like I did with the spirit guides that I have here on
Right.
Earth.
It's a matter of
And
focus, basically. That's pretty much it.
yes, and
Yeah.
you'll hear, if you really focus and you really want to hear it, they're going to send the message. Just like whenever I was channeling to my family,
Yeah.
I mean, it was like almost verbatim their personalities. I was like, and it was so fast. It's like I couldn't have thought of that. There's no
Mhm.
way. But
Oh,
somebody,
you're gonna have a lot of fun with the galactic level. You're gonna be able
okay,
to, if you have the ability to do that with the other thing. Just imagine what you can do when you start trying to contact your star family
yes,
through cosmic crisis consciousness. You're gonna have a blast doing it, and there's no rush. There's nothing, There's no
yeah,
like you have to have. Yeah, I'm not like giving you an assignment you have to have done on Tuesday for class.
good.
Yeah, you
I have
can
enough
take
for
your time
those.
with this and enjoy it. I want you to enjoy it
Yeah,
and not
and
feel like you're pressured.
I'll definitely let you know and the audience know what I'm finding out. And somebody was asking about where Jesus is from. I believe he's from the Palladians, but you can answer that if you would like.
Yeah,
Come in.
and I will. All right. Well, sis, thank you for coming up here. You're
Yeah,
beautiful. I
for
appreciate you
sure.
coming back up, and I had her up a long time ago when I took out the implant. So thanks again for sharing your experiences and letting me interact with you that way. I appreciate that. All right. We're going to bring Spiral Goddess up. My friend James, yes, you are, is here. And sis, I'll let you go down, and I appreciate it. Let me see. We're going to switch it over to, let's see here. I got to press my little button here. Hey, Spiral Goddess, I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'll be honest, I'm a little manic. I'm off my antipsychotics and mood stabilizers right now. But I'm gonna try to be as coherent as possible. You just sparked a lot of inspiration within me and a lot of conversations in my head, like literally everything that has been talked about in this live since I've been here. I feel like I could give a good TED talk on, honestly. I'm excited to be here. And did I read that right? Hold on, let me see your name. Yeah, your name is Ashtar. Is it Ashtar or Ashtar?
No, actually, my name is CmdrAleon.
Okay.
CmdrAleon, but Ashtar is an actual a grouping of many of the galactic space civilizations, and I am part of that. So I came out of the closet in who I was when I was a kid, and then I went underground because people got angry at me, and so I kept it quiet. But when I became an adult and had before I became an adult, had the space sighting outside the cul-de-sac in my house, and so the space people on a ship looking at me and I looking at them, then I knew that everything was changing. And then I kept it quiet until I became older, and I met my friend Ashtar Athena from Sedona Journal. I learned a lot more about my connection. I needed to know more about Ashtar. I had talked to Bashar, who's the being
Oh,
called
you
the
saw the
Essassani.
bazaar? That's sick. I just watched the
And
documentary.
so I talked to Bashar and I said, Bashar, I want to know who Ashtar Command is. And I had to find out. He says, tell them I said hello. I want to know who they are. So when I met Athena, who's a beautiful soul, she lives in LA, California. She lived in Sedona, Arizona. There was an Ashtar Command Center in Sedona, Arizona back in through a number of, I think, the 80s and 90s. And then she had lived in LA. And so I had met Ashtar that way, because then I found out I was from the Ashtar Command. And then I found out when I met Athena, I told Ashtar my name. And so uh, I was at this gathering of people, and she was on the East Coast in New York State, and we got stuck in a condo with 15 other people. And Richard Schulman, who's a well-known New Age musician, would be with her when she'd be traveling, and he'd play some beautiful vibrational music. And the night I got stuck there, I thought I was going home the same day. It was the weirdest storm I've ever seen. It was neon, everything outside the backside of the condo. All the trees were lit up like neon blue, and the sky was like this, like not a cloudiness, but a fog, and there was like flashing neon blue light coming from the sky. And Ashtar said that was one of our ships going through, breaking through the electromagnetic field of the Earth's atmosphere. And this ship was there in the, probably cloaked in the clouds, but every tree in the backyard was a neon blue. And I got stuck there overnight with 15 other people, and then went back home the next day. And after that happened, I had been working with this person called Athena for many, many years. And at that gathering during the day, I was recording it at the time because there was cassettes back then. There was no, there was none of this technology we have now. And I was interviewing Ashtar. And Ashtar called me a commander. I said, I'm not a commander. I said to Ashtar, I'm not a commander. I'm just here. I do a radio show, a reggae show. I just happened to be here because I wanted to meet Athena. And he says to me, oh, you're a commander. I said, no, I'm not. He says, we're going to have this commander do this. I said, really? And so I said to Ashtar, he says, what is your name? I said, you know, you want asking me what my name is? I said, my name is Aleon. So what I did was, without thinking about it, I said my space name and not my Earth name. I didn't say my Earth name. I said Aleon. And then I realized I just said something. I didn't even realize that that is my space name. And then I just say commander, which is I'm in spiritual command of myself. Nobody controls me. Nobody tells me what to do. I am command of myself. So I am Commander Aleon. It's a spiritual terminology, not a military terminology. It has nothing to do with the Earth-based definition. So when I met her and I said I was Aleon, from that day on, I decided to come out of the closet and be who I am. So when I do my lives on Saturday night, just in general, Saturday nights is special for me because this is an Ashtar command night. My vibrational frequency is all Ashtar command. I want people to understand what Ashtar command is because it's real. It exists just like you have people that have their own situations. Someone says, well, I am the president of so-and-so company. That's who they are. I am the president of so-and-so company. I am a politician, or whatever the I am is. I'm none of those things, thank God. But the thing is, I am who I am, which is an Ashtar commander. I come from Mars. That's the planet I come from.
Oh,
I
you
know
come from
everything about.
Mars. I'm a
I'm
daughter of the I'm a daughter of the lesbian versions of Venus and the Moon.
mm-hmm. You
Yeah.
see, and you know, and when you come out to be who you are, you know, you're just representing and just saying who you are. You say it with love, with honesty. That is the most important thing people need to know about you. People need to accept us as star people because we come from the stars.
Everybody
You
does.
know,
Like everyone is a divine being having a human experience. It's just
right?
we've forgotten and we're coming into remembrance. Like I part of my purpose is to help people remember by sharing that like what I remember about me so that other people are encouraged to start remembering about them. Like I am definitely a little fragmented. Like I'm definitely not all healed. I'm definitely not my highest self. But I do know I do have certain truths that like nobody can tell me different because of my experiences and my
Mm-hmm.
remembrance and like the shit I've connected to with God. But I do have a question about Ashtar. So
Yes.
part of my lineage, like my cosmic lineage, again, I'm a daughter of Venus and the Moon. Like the Venus and the Moon had a child, it's me.
Yes.
I reside on the pole of the like so the pole is chaos sex entities and the ends of the pole are war and love. Now I'm somewhere in between on that pole, right? But I'm closer to the pole of love than war. I actually met my polarity recently, like the person, the entity that was on the exact opposite side of me on the pole.
Mm-hmm.
It was very interesting. I was going somewhere with that. So Ashtar, part of my cosmic lineage, like the way I see it is I'm a manifestation of a specific entity. We're all manifestations of the one, but then it split into a million. So like that original split, right? I'm a manifestation of a purple, divine, spiraling purple light. And in different cultures, she is called Ishtar, Esoter, Anana, Aphrodite, Eos, Iris, Isis, a little bit of Iris in there. Like, those are just manifestations of this specific entity. So they're kind of like my sisters, if that makes sense. Like, I'm a fractal of a specific entity. And Ashtar, like that name really calls to me because it sounds like Ishtar. It
And
sounds
this
like
and this is the thing that confuses people. Yeah. So Ishtar has no connection with Ashtar. For years, I've had people ask me, "What is the difference?" Ishtar is an Earth-based area. Ashtar is a very high vibrational cosmic consciousness, which is oh, what happened to your face? You disappeared.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Ashtar, and it's good you brought that up. Ashtar, everybody, is a higher consciousness. It's a Christ consciousness. And I'm going to help. I'm going to help Spiral a little bit here in terms of centering, so things aren't separated and fractaled. I'm going to help you when you come back here. I'm going to help you in an Ashtar command conscious way to be centered and to even get you more gravitated into your cosmic Christed family, which you have. You have a great energy. You're right there, So we'll help you when she comes back. And James is showing good. So I'm being guided to help you center, to connect with your star family beyond Earth. Are you interested? Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm listening. I just need nicotine for a moment, and I can't. I just need like.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
rounds,
don't do
but,
that.
like I can't.
I'll be in
do that
trouble.
on
Yeah, you can't do that.
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
listening. I'm just
Yeah.
not going to show my face for a few
No,
moments.
don't show your face. The other thing is I'm not, to know that I'm not going to get into the subject of that too much because I know I've had problems here before with anyway, to get out of that mode of operation of the so-called N word would be also very helpful for you. I drink apple cider, which is different, but if there's a way of getting off of that will clear your temple, your body is your temple needs to be cleared. You know what I mean? So again, at your own pace, if you can work your way out of that, your whole temple will be completely pure and clean, which is really important.
I started on nicotine patches like a month ago, and I made it 9 days without.
Oh,
Hold on, sorry, someone called. I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Sorry, what was I saying?
well, anyway, what I actually want to do is, how would you like me to help you center on your cosmic Christed family?
That would be great. Give me like 60 seconds, and I'll turn my camera on so we can like.
Yeah, I'll wait
get each
60
other eye to eye.
seconds. So I'm operating completely in Ashtar command consciousness, everybody. Right now I'm operating my space consciousness. What I'm just going to do is simply help her connect. I'm going to give her some pointers. I'm going to have her close her eyes, but I'm going to actually activate her so that when she goes to sleep tonight, she can start practicing connecting with her cosmic Christed star family. So it's going to be way different from what she's expressed. She's got the ability to do it, and I know that for a fact just by talking to her. So this is going to be kind of fun for me because I'm going to allow you to unlock your Christ conscious levels, which allow you to connect with your star family. And that's a beautiful thing. If we do that, you'll be able to run with it and you'll be able to do it. It's a matter of just centering your energy to that complete framework, and you'll have no problem whatsoever. You're watching Ashtar Command Night. This is Ashtar Command Night. I'm your host, CmdrAleon, the host of our regular show Encounters. But you'll be able to do that. And once you have contact with your physical star family, so here's what we're going to do. I want you to close your eyes, and I'm actually going to help you understand how to do this. So what she's going to do is close her eyes, and I'm going to do something. And this time, what I'm going to do, I'm using my Ashtar Command energy with the palm of my hands here. She's going to start feeling energy coming from me. I'm going to get her whole consciousness awakened to a cosmic reality that's different from where she is right now. It's going to be to a much greater extent, and it's going to be beautiful. Okay, so as you're closing your eyes, I want you to just take a deep breath in and breathe out of your nostril. Breathe in and out of your nostril a few times, and then get really relaxed. And this will only take me maybe 2 or 3 minutes to activate the cosmic levels to a higher state within her whole physical makeup. Watch this. And in a minute, keep your eyes closed. In a minute, I should be able to feel the aura around your physical head. And when you start feeling the energy, please let me know.
Oh yeah, the second you said I'm gonna send you energy, my crown started tingling. I mean, my crown tingles a lot, but this is different. Like, it feels like you're actually holding my crown.
Yes. So what I'm going to do, folks, see, I want people to understand, I do not come from this planet. I am physically a human being. I am now operating in my Ashtar command consciousness. I am operating as a space being. I am a space being. I recognize that. I've recognized it most of my life. What I'm doing now is just going to be awakening and activating her consciousness to be able, when she goes to sleep tonight, to transmit telepathically to her space family, whoever they are. So when you go to sleep tonight, what I'm doing is I'm shooting a beam of light into your brain area. I'm going to actually reconfigure what's happening. It's actually going to make you feel whole, and you're not going to feel like you're kind of like sporadically all over the place. And you're going to start feeling it now. I'm going to do this right now. And in a few minutes, folks, she's going to start feeling a little bit different, even less than that. I'm working very quickly with her. And what I'm doing is I'm amping up her and clearing her frequency and her any blockages. I'm clearing everything up within her physical body. I'm now amping up her physical consciousness to a higher level. Almost done. It will gradually take place through over the next 24 hours with her. She'll be able to, what I want her to say is that when she goes to sleep, I am interested in connecting with my cosmic Christed star family. And she's going to repeat that to herself as a mantra, just like Om or You. She'll repeat it as a mantra. I'm just rewiring her consciousness to be completely galactic. And I can do this very easily. I've been gifted this ability coming to Earth. I'm now activated in this ability, and we're now doing it. No, when I say I came out of the closet, I'm talking about a star seed, not the definition you're talking about. When I came out of the closet, I came out of the closet that I am a space being. That's what my coming out of the closet was. I am a space being. Unrelated to that other question. I want you to say these words. I've now done the work. I've kept the beams of light within your body. They will work on reconnecting the wires, so to speak. I want you to say, I am a cosmic Christed being of light.
I am a cosmic Christ being of light.
And I am now and will be now able to eventually connect with my star family, and they will contact me.
I am now and will be able to contact my Christ consciousness star family eventually. And what was the rest?
They will be able to contact me.
And they will be able to contact me.
Okay, and you can open your eyes now. That's how easy it was. Tell me how you feel about that. What was going through your consciousness?
Yeah, my mind isn't like completely erratic anymore. Like, I actually had something to say, but I forgot it. No, I remember now. But is my voice different? Because this is funny. There's been 2 times that my voice like just changed like slightly. Like, it just got deeper and more like resonant. And it's when I was like channeling my higher self. And I was told recently, because I lost my voice recently during a very interesting time of like my state of consciousness. And then I spoke just now. And so someone told me that my real voice was coming online. That's why I lost my voice. And I don't know. I feel it in my throat. Does my voice sound different to you, or is it the same?
It sounds different a little bit since we did this. It sounds like I think you're, as I'm the energies of light in you that I've sent into your body. They are getting, all the wires are being realigned. Like there were wires that were kind of tangled up, so to speak. That's why there's fractals of separation. And that's why I'm asking you. I see that you're speaking slightly different, and I think you're feeling, and I'm not telling you how to feel. My sense is from just feeling your energy that before when you came on, you were talking about the way you were, and now I look at you and I think there's a more centered you. How do you feel about that?
No, I get the tangled up part because like my intergalactic body, like my origin, my interdimensional body, what that actually physically looks like is a purple spiral light, right?
Right.
And then you said tangled up, and it's funny because my friends who can like see like who people are beyond that, I asked him like how I looked when I was in a pretty like spiritually lost state, and he was like, "Girl, you are tangled up." And I felt that way. Like I felt like those little lines in the spiral were like intertwining and tangled up, you know?
Yeah. No,
So
you're
I feel
completely.
less like that. I don't feel
Yeah.
like completely whole, but I definitely feel less like that.
Yeah, you're going to start feeling more whole. So what I did is I activated a healing to make you whole. And that wholeness is going to be your wholeness. And all I did is send my beaming of light energy to heal your consciousness to become whole. So within the next 24 hours and 48 hours, you'll be not, there won't be any disconnection. You're now going to be galactically whole.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you something about what's been happening with me recently. If you're down for that, if you have
Yeah.
space to listen.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I've been diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, bipolar 1 type. But most of
Hmm.
my life, I've been really depressed. Like a lot of my episodes are depression. I've only been manic a few times, and they were really extreme, and I got sent to the hospital. Because I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to handle what I was seeing and feeling. I didn't have a framework. I didn't have a language. But I was just feeling really spiritually lost. Like I've known who I am for a while, and I've practiced some stuff with people. I've remembered some past lives, but like I just, because of the depression, I haven't really been practicing my spirituality. So one day, May 17th, in like the morning, like 4 a.m., May 17th, I had this grand idea. I had just bought the Goetia of Dr. Rudd. Like, I'm a middle gray person. Like, I don't practice the left hand path or the right hand path. I take knowledge from both and try to alchemize it together to bring harmony. So I got the Goetia of Dr. Rudd, which is one of the only Goetias that combine and like work with both angels and demons and like correspond an angel to a demon. So I was just feeling really spiritually lost. I've been asking like my star family and my guides and entities to come down and contact me for a while. But I was like, you know what? I did it took me 8 hours to do this ritual, but I did a ritual. I did it to the best of my ability with what I had. And I felt a specific demon calling out to me. So to invoke him, I also invoked his angel that corresponds to him too. And I know that like telepathy from interdimensional beings happens in the same place as your imagination. So it's hard for me to tell sometimes if those thoughts are mine, like just my imagination, or something
Hmm.
talking to me. But this time, like when I invoked both of them, I could very clearly, it was a little hard because I hadn't done it to this extent before.
Right.
Yeah, I could understand what they were saying. I wrote a list of questions and I got my answers from both of them. And ever since then, like they even told me, because I asked, like, what are my next steps? Like, how should I fulfill my purpose? Like,
Right.
how do I get my power back that was taken from me from this long-acting antipsychotic injectable? Like, I feel like I'm ready. And they said, girl, we've been waiting for you to do this. We've just been waiting for you to put in the spiritual work. Like, you did 8 hours of spiritual work. Like, you did ritual. Like, you put in actual, like, discipline and effort instead of just, like, hypothesizing and reading about it and like writing, you know, like you contacted us. So yeah, don't take your meds anymore. And I was like, are you sure? Because when I'm off my meds, like I get really depressed. That's bad. Like I can't function. They were like, no, like you did what you need to do. Here it is. And ever since then, I've been in a manic state, but I haven't been manic in a long time. And I've been
Right.
connected to like my divinity. And I actually met both the angel and the demon in their human form within 36 hours.
Right. So here's the deal. Forget we use the term demon or the negative energy.
No, no, no.
Uh,
So, okay, sorry, can I say one more thing?
oh, yeah, go ahead.
So I see everything like having polarity, like bad and good or negative and like when we assign bad and good to the terms negative and positive or high and low or light and dark, that's harmful conditioning. Like it really is, because dark and light are not inherent. Like, would you say that your lights being off in your bedroom is a bad thing? Would you say that the negative side of a battery is bad? Would you say that the earth, like the ground you walk on, is bad? No, like we've put these correspondences of good and evil on those things. Angels and demons both have like benevolence and maliciousness in both of them. Just that benevolence and maliciousness are on a pole. Like it's where they reside on the pole. Like there's some demons you should never contact. There's also some angels you should never contact. You know?
Yeah. So this is where I come in from an Ashtar Command perspective. From the Ashtar Command perspective, the space people that are Christ consciousness, they know what those other things are, but on their planets, there's no polarity of one or the other or both of those things happening. So if you go to a Christ conscious planetary system, you're going to find it's way different than Earth. There's no factories, there's no nuclear weapons, there's no bombs, there's nothing like that. There's no religions, either practicing what is a lower vibrational religion versus whatever. None of that exists. That's all part of the Earth-based experience that's happening here. So what you're saying makes complete sense. But when you meet the space people, they'll understand that. But they're also going to teach you that where they come from, those other polarities do not exist. They've been through eons and eons of the things that we have been going through. And in eons of time, they've come to a place where they all operate in Christ consciousness. That's the main consciousness. There's not like, okay, I'm going to do Christ consciousness today, and I think tomorrow I want to do this other thing. That is the reverse of the other thing. So you see what I mean? All these things we experience because we live on Earth, these things do exist in reality because we've created the reality of these different things. But the whole essence of our being is to go past those polarities to the point where we can live in harmonious relationship as our space brothers and sisters do on the higher vibrational planetary systems.
Hello, I'm back. Okay.
Good. I'm sure you heard me as you were, yeah.
No, what you said, it actually reminded me of a lucid dream I had. I have two different types of lucid dreams. I can't like purposely astral project, but I have astral projections and lucid dreams. So a lucid dream is when I'm in a dream and then I realize, oh shit, I'm dreaming. An astral projection is when I'm trying to fall asleep, I start vibrating and seeing colors, and all of a sudden I'm in a dream.
Yeah.
So it was an astral projection. I was vibrating, like my mind was awake, but my body was asleep. I woke up in a hospital room, like plugged up to a bunch of stuff, which is a very common thing for me in a lot of ways. And it's a different story. But my mom was there, like a version of my mom, like my Earth mom was there, but she looked different. Like she was really beautiful and young, and she was also like a cyborg. And I've known for a while that some of my purpose is to marry polarities or bring the poles closer together. One of them being marrying the organic and the inorganic, like finding synthesis between them. So she told me, my mom was like, she asked me some questions. She was like, oh, this is the right one. This is the right Hannah. We found her. Okay. So she's like, I have something to tell you. Like, I just want you to know that this is possible. Like, this is a real reality that you're in. And it exists. Like, this is possible. And she took me outside. And there were so many trees and plants. And, like, nature was thriving. But it was all combined with technology. Like, all the technology was helping the plants and the earth, like, survive. And all the technology was just blended in with the plants, right? And that's how it was for the humans. And she said, we don't age. Like, we are immortal because we replace harmful organs, and we replace some of our organs and stuff with like technology that helps our bodies run better. And that scared me. I was like, that's fucking crazy. Like, I want to die human. Like, I'm scared of IVs and foreign stuff in my body. But my mom, she was like, no, like, it's a good thing. Like, we're really healthy, we're really happy, like, we have unconditional love because we found like the middle ground of the polarity of the inorganic and the organic. Like, I just wanted to show you that this exists. And then I woke up.
Yeah. Well, speaking of waking up, I want to thank you for coming up here and sharing your reality of what you expressed and in your life, and letting me also do the work with you on the conscious level with my hands here. And you're going to have some beautiful things happen to you as time goes on. You're gonna have the memory of all these things you expressed tonight, and my show is going to be recorded because it's on YouTube. My YouTube channel is Ashtar Spaceship News. All my shows are on there, including everything I've ever done. Almost in the last 3 years is on that channel. So please, people, follow the channel. If you miss part of the show, you'll get to see the Spiral Goddess on there recorded and all that. But I want to thank you for being here and letting me use some light energy to work on your consciousness, which it's still doing right now. I don't have to do anything. I've actually permanently allowed that to happen. It'll dissipate once it's completed the healing and the opening of your galactic Christ consciousness levels of light. But everybody, I want to thank Spiral for being here. Spiral, thank you. You're a blessing.
Gratitude. Thank you for the work you did on me. I needed it. So thank you for like being a part of my journey and letting me be a part of yours.
Yeah, and let me know down the road how things go. I want to know how you progress. I always like to know that. So, it's not a one-time deal. Thank you for being here, okay?
Thank you. Bye.
All right, everybody. We have James still with us. We have two more people in the queue here. It's Ashtar Command Night. If you're new to the show, man, I got 3 guests to be on here. I'm going to bring on I'm going to do one at a time. I'm going to bring Mike and then Half Pint and then the other person. Hey, good evening, Mike. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Do you remember me?
Yes, I do.
I was the homeless guy. My account
Yes.
got banned because I posted a video of the moon moving in the sky.
Yep.
TikTok perma banned me.
So you're here now. So what would you like to
Yes.
express on Ashtar Command Night as we speak about old?
I'm no longer homeless, so I don't want to make it about me, obviously, but I've just stayed positive, like in a higher vibration, I guess.
Yeah.
And friends took me in, and things are working out now. I'm still experiencing the same things in the sky, though, the stars. I don't know why the stars, I am so fixated on them, but there's always the one to the west and the one to the south. And they move. They're conscious. I don't know if you have any dialogue on that or if you can elaborate on it, but I'm not religious. And no offense to religions, but I became spiritual, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
the
Book of Enoch speaks about the Watchers as stars in the sky. Is there some truth to that?
Well, the Watchers are basically very high vibrational beings of light. I know a few people that are connected on here. A few of the people in the 3 years I've known on TikTok that are very connected to what you call the Watchers. They operate they can stay very quiet out, and they can and as the saying goes, Watchers, they are watching. They're not always interacting with you, but they are certainly watching your growth as a spiritual person in the human form. That's what they do. But they also are very galactic, very highly spiritual beings of light.
Right. So am I I don't understand this part of it because I'm new to it. I told you a few months
prior.
Oh,
I know that, yeah.
I didn't even know what spirituality was. I was an atheist. I didn't believe in nothing. I was very, upset. I have a pillow now, by the way. It's
Oh,
better
good,
than
good,
my
good, good.
truck. So,
Yeah, I'm sure
but
it is. I do remember that.
it's just so crazy to me that like I'm connected to these particular stars. I'm not seeing ships. I'm just seeing two stars that I've seen for 40 years as somebody that's owned telescopes and like been into astronomy. Why are they moving?
Yeah.
They're
So if they're
they
moving,
they go like
if they're
this. They just they
so
just
again,
shift.
also understand when you're dealing with astronomy and stars, as the Earth moves, the planets move. And if you have like a planetary chart that you can download, you'll see where the planets are at that one point in that first hour, but they move accordingly to the Earth movement. It changes that. So they could be essentially planets that are moving. They're not really moving. They're where they are, wherever they are in the universe. But the planet moves, and just like day and night, we go to day 8 hours. It's daytime
Right.
here in Connecticut. 8 hours. It's daytime somewhere else and it's nighttime here. So look at the planets that you're looking at. They could be something else, or they are just, you're very knowledgeable about what you're looking at. And those are planets that change a course in their movement, or not their movement, but the planet's movement of Earth. So you see them in a different angle than they were before. So it could be either or. There's not one way or the other on that.
So I just want to put one more thing out there, and I'll let Yes You Are speak. I'm sorry if I like cut him off. I don't mean to.
No, you're good.
So I told you, I think like a few months ago that I wanted to astral project, right, or all this stuff. So maybe a week ago, I closed my eyes, and I don't even know how to describe it. It felt like a screen closed, like in my face.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain that because I sound crazy, right? And I went to a part of Earth where I watched what I thought was clouds rising from the soil, but I think they were souls. And I remember talking to somebody, and he's like, "These are just beings leaving Earth." And then I woke up.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later, I went back to bed because I listen to like frequency music now because I'm medit. People think meditation is easy. It's hard. Breathing is
Yeah.
hard if you consciously think about doing it, right? It's hard. I still can't meditate. I've been trying for 2 months. But
Yeah.
the music helps, the frequency music. So the second time I closed my eyes, the screen shut again, and I got put into a room that was probably 6 by 6, maybe square, and then 10 foot tall, and there was just a gray being, and then I woke up. There's
Yeah.
nothing else.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that
the great being was in the dream was probably a zeta being, what you call. When I heard that, whenever someone uses the word gray being, that is would be a zeta.
are they good? Are
No, they're
they
not. Most cases, they're not.
So
So
am I in trouble here?
you're not in trouble at all. All you have to do is do this. So I want you to do this when you go to sleep tonight. I want you to say, "I am a Christed cosmic being of light. I do not wish to have interaction with you, the zeta." And just tell them that you are a Christed cosmic being of light. You're not to come back into my dream state again. That's as simple as it gets.
Is that my subconscious though, like projecting, like, because I still have like in the back of my mind, like because I was an atheist, right? And then when I went to the Bible, religion, is that my subconscious projecting just
Not so much
knowing there's
that
going to
it
be
could
like
be, but
negative entities in my life?
no, it's just in our dream state. There's a thing people on Ashtar night. It's a thing called a cosmic dream. A cosmic dream can take place in any reality. So in your dream, when you just express that, you have the power, as I said earlier on the show, to control what is going to be interacting and who's going to be interacting with you. That goes for
Right.
everybody out here watching the show. You can control the method of contact and who you're contacting. One of my biggest teachings in my workshops and on my TV show here is that when we deal with Ashtar Command Night, my whole thing is to get you to switch the frequency and take control of your consciousness and say, "I will only contact cosmic Christed beings of light." And if you say that intention like with force and say, I will only contact Christed beings of light, star people
They
of
can't
light,
hurt you.
they're not going to hurt you at all. You're taking control of your whole consciousness. See, a lot of times people in human form here don't take control of their consciousness because they're not aware that they can. But every single person watching this show, you have control, believe it or not, of your consciousness and where your consciousness goes or how your consciousness creates expression. Everybody does. You all do.
You know what's
Which is a
wild to
beautiful.
me? Tesla literally spoke of the universe, 200 years ago? Frequency, vibration, energy. Is that not the common consensus of what
Well,
we are?
Tesla was a star being. He was a space being. He
I
came
believe it.
here in human form. He was brilliant because he came with galactic knowledge about energy. And he was trying to transform the planet when he was alive, but it was suppressed by Earth people that
Yep.
didn't want him to bring that energy. If Tesla was allowed to do what he wanted to do,
We would
our
have free
planet
energy.
in
No
2025,
utilities.
not only free energy, our planet would be living differently and in much more of a galactic state of consciousness.
Right.
Now, in 2025, everybody out there, we are going into a rapid shift into what we call galactic consciousness.
Can I say one more quick thing and then I'm
Yeah.
sorry, yes, you are. I apologize. I don't mean to, I'm not trying to like ramble. People are so, I don't know how to say this. I'm trying to be nice. People are so fixated on media and government in 2025 that they expect a disclosure or something from the TV, from the news. If you're relying on the news, the media in
You're not
2025,
going to get
you're
it.
wrong. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
wrong. Because they're just gonna. Did you see 2020 and COVID? Everybody ran and bought toilet paper. Nobody could buy toilet paper. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah,
trying to be
so-
negative. I'm trying to.
No, you're not being negative.
Well-
I've actually stated in my teachings that people don't have
If
to
the
rely.
media says that ETs are bad, most of the people are going to think that they're bad, and they're not. It's just the egos, you know.
Yeah.
I don't
Well, that's why in Ashtar Command we solely focus on my connection with the Ashtar Command so I can teach people. Make sure you're not you're not smoking anything, are you?
No.
Okay, good. Okay. So just make sure, because your camera. So make sure that just focus on the Christ consciousness. Just focus on meditating, and just the mantra is for me to you is I wish to connect with my Christ conscious star family. As simple as that. I don't make it complicated. In my workshops, I tell people those three things, but I will say, but you have to do the work. That means
Right.
you have to do the meditation.
It's hard. It's not, people think it's just breathing. No, but so if I could ask one more last thing, and then I'm sorry, just cut me off. If I can't meditate yet, just do the frequency music and just try and.
Well, when you
at
say
night-
frequency music, I would suggest you use higher vibrational music. Like you can use
432.
ambient meditation music. You can use Christ conscious music. Christ conscious ambient music does exist. It'll put your brain at a different wavelength, and if you do that, plus what I've said, it will help you.
Absolutely.
All right, brother.
All right. Yeah, and go to him.
I'm-
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
No, don't be sorry, Mike. There's nothing to be sorry about. You're here, and
I was just
James
like, I
is
have
fine.
to come back, man. I got banned. I'm like,
Oh, you're
You're
all right,
good.
Mike. Just real quick to help you out, I teach meditation. I created this meditation to help people, and what you basically do is you envision yourself as not a body but a scene, like it could be a forest or a beach. And as you are the scene, you are just in the still moment of peace. Let's say you're a sun, you're a sky, the sand and water, and any thoughts that come into your mind, turn them into rocks. Any thoughts that come into your mind, turn them into birds, and just stay in the stillness of that nature scene,
That's
whatever
so
you want.
advanced. But that's so hard. I mean, I understand it sounds. Thank you, by the way. Can you? Yes, you are. Can you message me or something? I would love to talk to you afterward. And
Oh,
I
yeah, no-
apologize for just like yapping.
No, don't apologize.
No,
I'll
you're
help you
good.
out.
I'm just here sitting. I'm thankful to be here, and I'm not speaking, just showing pictures. And thank you, Commander.
You sound so intelligent too, like Commander does. So I
You know
appreciate
what? The thing you have to understand, Mike, when you say it's so hard, your brain is telling you, your 3D brain says,
and
oh,
I'm
it's
being
so hard.
negative.
It's being so hard. I want you to do one thing right now. Take the thought of being so hard, throw it out the window right now. Right now, right at this very moment as we're alive. Say to yourself, this is not so hard. I can do it. So you have to just switch your languaging. If you say to yourself, it's so hard, it's going to be, oh my God, when am I going to get there? It's so hard. I don't think I can do this. I might as well just go and go back to sleep, or, I need another cup of coffee. Oh, I can't do this.
Negative
There's
terminology will bring negative, results.
negative thought will bring negative reality. If you don't have negative thought and you throw that out the window and say, you can turn on the light, you can turn off the light, you can turn the TV on or turn it off. You can decide to go for a walk on a trail in the mountains, or you can stay at home and say, man, that's going to be hard. I can't go up that trail. I know it's a trail. I can't get up that trail, So here's
Right.
one. I want to do something right now. I want you, before I let you go down, I want you to close your eyes for a minute, more than a minute, for a minute. I'm going to put some energy. I'm going to work with you for a second. I'm going to clear the negative thoughts out of your consciousness, but you're the one who has to be willing to say, yes, I'll let go of it. Are you willing to let go of it?
Absolutely.
So we're going to do something really beautiful on Ashtar Command Night. We're going to work with him in 2 seconds, 3 minutes or whatever. I want you to breathe in and breathe out of your nostrils about 3 or 4 times. All right, what we're going to do here is we're going to switch his whole belief system that it's too hard to do this. And in 24 hours, he's going to start being able to do something different than say, oh, I can't do this, or this can't happen. Okay, here we go. So in a few minutes, you're going to feel energy, and Mike will feel the vibrational energy of heat coming over his head. When you feel it, Mike, let me know. Keep your eyes closed,
That's
though.
a little bit more.
Just relax. Let go of your belief systems right now. Let go. Let go. Let go. Don't listen to anything in your head that's saying, I can't do this. Let go of it.
It's gone.
Now you keep your eyes closed. That's really
Sorry.
important. That's all right. Don't be sorry. I do this with people. This is where my teachable moments come in to help people. Keep your eyes closed.
Feeling my heart skip beats like internally, which is wild.
Okay.
I know you're not trying to do that.
Keep your eyes closed. Relax. Relax. You need to take more deep. I can't speak English. If you need to take more deep breaths, please do so. Relax. Just relax. Listen to my words and relax. Don't think about anything. Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed, brother. In a minute, you're going to feel some beams of energy. Keep your eyes closed coming into your consciousness. All I'm doing here, folks, is I'm going to switch his belief system to the belief system that he can do this. That's all I'm doing. Nothing more, nothing less. Let go. Keep your eyes closed. Even if your eyes want to open, tell yourself to keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed, brother. You can do this. By keeping your eyes closed, you've made a decision to do this. Keep your eyes closed. All I'm doing is shooting energies of light into his consciousness. I'm almost done. Almost done. Keep your eyes closed. Even if they want to open, keep them closed. Listen to my voice. Listen to my voice. Let go, let go, let go, let go. Let go, let go, let go, let go. You can let go of it now. You've had it all your life. Just let go. Keep your eyes closed. They want to open, but keep them closed. Okay. In just a moment. You can slowly open your eyes now, brother.
Never experienced anything like that. I'm sorry that I woke up, but I felt like my heart was like.
You're okay. I did what I had to do. What I've done is I've shot energies, beams of light that are going to help you in your progress to get rid of all that thought that you've had. Just understand that you can do these things, that you can connect with your star family if you practice what I've just given you. And I give you a gift that will help you.
I appreciate that so much.
All right, Mike. Thank you so much, brother. James,
Can I
anything
hear
else you
if,
want
if
to
you are, is he
say
gonna,
to
or
Mike?
you want to cut me off? You want to let somebody else come in?
No, I'm not. I'm going to bring this few more people in the queue. So we're
Yeah.
going to get, but go ahead, James.
Yeah, just to Mike, what I would say is the goal of meditation is to, for me, is to become still, is to find a stillness that is so deep that you remember something about that stillness in your day-to-day interactions with people, where you no longer are like triggered by people's reactions, and you also are like taming your own mind. So good luck and just come find me. I'll be around.
Yeah, and James is
I'm
good.
gonna
James will
add
help you
you.
too.
I'll probably send you a message if you don't mind. I mean, you can ignore me, obviously.
No, no one's going to ignore you, James. I
Oh,
mean,
no.
Mike.
I
you
just
got
that's
you
my
got to
that's
take
my still.
you got to take that out of your mind. Still, you're
I
going to have to
know.
just let go of
I
it.
know.
Let go of
I
it.
know.
Say to me
I've
right
done
now.
so much, I feel like, in the last
Yeah,
year, like with my thought process and everything, but it's rough. It's rough to
yeah,
relearn 42 years of what you've been brought up in, and
right.
you know what I mean?
But now you're going to let go of it, right? Now I want you to say this right now to me on this camera. Mike. I now, Mike. Say, don't let your mind try to do this. I
I
now,
now, Mike.
Mike. I'm going to let go of all these things in 42 years, and now I'm going to look at the fact that I can do all these different things in a much different way.
I'm gonna let go of 42 years, and I'm gonna look at things in a
In a
way that I can do
completely
them all now,
positive, different way.
in a completely positive, different way.
Yeah. And what I did do
I'm
just
already
now is
there in the mindset, which is great. I don't mean to cut you off, so I apologize.
don't worry
But I'm
about it. You don't
already
have to
in the
apologize.
mindset of knowing that it's all been like fake. Not fake necessarily, but just a lie.
Well, just let go. Let's just let go of the thought form because you're a person that's deep in your thoughts. Let go of
I'm
the thought.
very you're so
You
correct.
you got to let go of your thoughts. I read your
I used
energy
to
like
hold on to a bar fight for 6 months, and
yeah,
then 6 months later I would go and try to find the guy at the bar and then fight
yeah.
him again. What
See,
good does that do for anybody?
no. So now that
Nothing.
you know all these things, I want you to do this. Since I did the work on you, I want you to say now, I let go of all these things right now. Say it.
I'll
You got to
let go
say
of
it.
all these things right now. All
There you go.
negative.
That's just let go of it. Don't keep thinking about the past or what happened to you at the bar or this or that. Let go of it. That's all past. The you that's here now is the you we're speaking with, not the you of 20 or 30 years ago. The you right now that's looking at me and I'm looking at you. The
This is
cosmic
so
you.
deep. It's so deep.
All right. But I
I
want you to take
appreciate
that, and
this.
James will work with you too. James is really good. He'll work with you. So
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna message you 100%.
All
I just
right.
need somebody to talk to, like to vent to, because I've
And,
been through the whirlwind for.
and,
I don't think he knows, like, that I was homeless with my cats. But
No, he
right.
doesn't. He doesn't know that part.
and
But
And,
my friends, they offered me a place to stay, and I told them no straight up,
and
and
just
it sounded rude because I'm a blunt person. I'm gonna be honest. If I
right,
don't feel like if you ask me a question and I don't want, like, I'm not gonna respond how you want me to. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I would rather be told that I'm a horrible person than a amazing person and being lied to. You know what I
right.
mean?
right.
I'm just a very upfront person. It gets me in trouble sometimes.
Right.
because the words that come out of my mouth don't necessarily entail what I'm feeling in my mind in a
Right.
way. People will take something that I say the wrong way,
Right.
but it's not like I'm a nice person. But I've
Right.
been humbled. Like they said, "Hey, come live with us." I'm like, "No, no, I'm not." But now I'm here, and
Yeah.
you see, I have a pillow.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, my cats are more happier than me because I was waking up with my foot in the litter box for crying out loud, living in a
Yeah.
truck.
Well,
But I
now I
stayed
know
positive, right? You
you
remember?
did,
I
and
was
I know your
positive.
experience from past interviews. So now focus on everything I said tonight. James will definitely be a good person to work with. He'll help you, and just do the things that
Yeah,
I've helped you
absolutely,
do tonight, and you're going to be completely transformed. It'll be your
absolutely,
transformation, not my transformation. The key
absolutely.
thing is I'm not transforming for you. You're transforming for yourself.
I feel it, but I don't know.
You're going to know now because I just activated some stuff with you by doing what I did. It might take you a little bit of time, but just let go of all the stuff that keeps coming into your head and say, I'm going to get rid of this. I don't have to
Is
deal with this
this
anymore.
why you guys, again, I'm sorry to interrupt, but is this why I came into this life, I feel like, where I've been labeled crazy by my parents, my grandparents, lazy and all this stuff, but I've always worked. But at like 15, 16 years old, I said, what is the American dream?
Well, that's the
You
programming.
work,
So
pay
yeah,
taxes.
yeah,
I always assumed that the government was evil. I don't know what I can say on here. So,
yeah. So we can,
but do you
but
understand what I'm saying? Like, I've always
yes.
known something was off, but
Well,
just
what it is that people. I talked about this earlier on Ashtar Command Night here tonight. That we have been programmed in
thank
our
you, Dave.
schooling to believe certain things to be the way they are. So
Yeah,
the innate understanding in your consciousness is that everything here on Earth is doesn't seem right. Let's put it that way. And
and
there's a lot of
science.
people
It's
that are
physical
waking up.
only.
Well, everything I've talked about, whether you think you have to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, that's what you have been told you have to do in order to survive on Earth. The true nature is, when I talk about waking up to the cosmic reality, is that all those titles are certainly unimportant. What's more important is, Mike, that you understand truly who you are and that you wake up not just having a human experience, whether it's living in a car or whether it's going to an office every day. The thing is to realize that you are way more than just having a human experience. And your human
You're
experience
eternal.
might be different than 10 other people on here, but it's still a human experience. And
Right.
we're to grow from those experiences to become cosmically awakened. And that's where you're going. That's where you're going to be going. But stop thinking about, I can't get there, I can't do it. My whole thing is to activate you to think positively about yourself in order to jump
Right.
and quantum leap into that consciousness.
Now,
Yeah.
real quick, Mike, what's your belief system on like creation and God, and what do you feel?
Do you really want me to go into
No,
it?
just real
Because
quick.
okay, yeah, I can sum it up real quick. So I'm 42 now. My birthday was the other day. So I think I'm 42. Yeah. I was an atheist my whole life. So um so 39 years in, I'm atheist. My grandpa dies. And then I don't know how to word this.
Let's be very
Not
careful what we say.
I tried to not exist per se. Is
Right.
that okay? I tried to end my existence. Is that allowed? I think
Yeah.
that's allowed.
What happened?
And I did that not believing in God or nothing. He came to me, the creator came to me. And then I got into a psychosis of religion, I believe. I went to churches. I tried to read the Bible. I tried to like force myself into a belief system that I didn't believe. But at the same time, when you don't believe in nothing, you try and like end yourself. You're getting an outer influence of energy. It was undeniable. I couldn't deny it.
Right.
How am I
Right.
going to deny it as an atheist, right?
So, what do you feel? Like, what do you feel right now?
The
Yeah, right
creator.
now.
there's a
of the
creator.
creator.
There's a
Okay.
creator
Right.
without the constructs of control from religion. And that's nothing against people that, are Christians or Catholics. But I was through the ringer, man. I've been through the ringer. There was a quote somebody said. They said, "What's the difference between religion and spirituality?" And somebody said, "Religion is for people who are afraid to go to hell. Spirituality is for people that have already lived in hell."
Right.
And
Right.
it makes so much sense for me
So just real
because I
quick.
didn't even know what it was. I didn't know what spirituality
So
was.
so this real quick, remember that like that is also part of this world when we create something outside of ourselves, because it makes us feel like separate from something, which creates a kind of duality consciousness where we feel separate from creation, and we always think like, are you good enough, or this or that, are you doing this? Just remember that it's whatever it is within you, and it
Yeah.
has no way to know who you are until you wake up to the love within you and start seeing
Christ
the
is literally
signs,
within. He's
right? And start seeing the
within.
signs around you. So that will ease your mind a little bit when you just realize that it's already within you, and not anything that you're doing is wrong, but just being more loving to yourself
I
will
just
help it grow.
I
That's all.
feel like, what if the creator didn't, like, what if I didn't get this memo from the creator and stuff, you know? So the universe is obviously looking out for me, right? Because I was going into nothing with nothing, basically. And now I'm here. It's just like the universe is trying to speak to me, and I'm just not understanding the language of the universe in a way. Does that make sense? Or do I sound crazy?
No, you don't sound crazy. Everyone likes to say they sound crazy on an Ashtar command night or whatever. So it's the creator, not so much the universe. The universe was created by the creator. You're part of the universe that you live in, and you're part of the planetary system that you live in. But it is the creator that has created all life on all dimensional existence, all planetary systems, all galaxy, solar systems, and multidimensional realities. So you have to let go of certain wordage because words have meaning and power. When you let go of those words, brother Mike, and you're going to let go of them tonight when you go to sleep, and then every day after that, when you let go of all those words that have energy and frequency, they won't exist anymore. The new you is the one that's going to be cosmically aware of who you are.
Can I ask you one more thing? And I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you're not allowed to say it. I don't know, karmatic
Well,
law and stuff.
depending on the question, go ahead.
Are there multiple creators? I think
There's
there's
not multiple
it's
creators.
just it's a
That's an
singularity.
illusion.
It's a singular.
There's not multiple creators.
Okay.
There is
Okay.
one major creator.
I believe you.
Has nothing to do with religion. It has to
It's a
do with the
singular.
fact that a singular creator. The native indigenous culture calls it the Great Spirit. In the non-indigenous culture, the people will call it God. In another level, people call it the source. In another level, the word creator. Now, all of those words I used are based on one creator that's created everything in the multiverse. On Earth, because of the nature of this planet, people have come up with all these different things. And these other things have nothing to do with the one creator that created everything. Because they create their own thing. They say, well, I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, I'm that. And they create separations by doing it. But the creator created all of you, every human being, every energy, every planet, every solar system, every star, the creator.
I'm sorry again, you have to block me here because I'm going to ramble, but can the creator, if you're a branch of the creator at the highest level, say, I don't know, the dimensions and stuff, I get 10, 12 dimensions, maybe, we're
There's many
as
dimensions.
humans that
There's
don't
not even 10 or 12
understand
dimensions. Yeah.
our science is, people go, well, the science doesn't show UFOs or whatever. Our science is based on physical reality. We only perceive less than 1% of what's around us. What if the creator created beings and those beings created us? I'm specifically talking about the Anunnaki because apparently they're evil.
No, let me ask. So all the things you've heard about the Anunnaki and everything on the internet you heard about,
it's a myth,
the
right?
Anunnaki. Okay, the Anunnaki did not create us. The creator created the Anunnaki, created the Palladians, created the Andromedans, created the Lyrians, the Syrians, and many, many, many others. And the perception of the Anunnaki, I'm going to bring Half Pint up in a minute, they came from a history in their origin where they did things back in eons of time that they weren't happy with. But they transformed from that consciousness to the Christ consciousness. The Anunnaki have been perceived on cable channel shows, on documentaries, and a lot of people have different perceptions of the Anunnaki. But the Anunnaki are here to help the planet. As a matter of fact, now in 2025 Earth time, the Anunnaki are working with the Ashtar Command. They're not better than the Ashtar Command. They're not considered gods, although human beings in the history in the 60s
Everything
and 70s
is considered a god. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone considers the word God because in Earth-based reality, this is what we were. When we talk about Anunnaki, people on.
I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. I apologize. Did the Anunnaki come here to mine gold for their atmosphere? Is that real?
No. So that's all. That's all certainly not true. The Anunnaki, that goes from a limited understanding of the Anunnaki, and I'm going to bring Half Pint up because they actually are in contact with the Anunnaki. But the Anunnaki came here to assist the planet. They're here now to work in Christ consciousness, not here to take
my
our gold.
discernment says that they're good people, but
to go with
my Christian friends tell me that I'm possessed by Satan. So it's
don't believe anything they say. That's
I don't laugh or disrespect them because you have to understand, like, I was an atheist for 30 years and I had Christians that went to church that were my best friends. So they were by my side regardless of their religious beliefs. But now that I'm spiritual, they're like, "Oh, Satan has you in a
don't believe that."
Yeah, just remember that, like, just remember, just like you said, this world is like all about material and like the third dimension. Just remember that when we think about creation and a creator, we think about it from these third dimensional forms. I like
physical
to think of
standards.
I like to think of it as not a creator, but a creation, an energy of creation that's not thinking about what it creates, but just creating pure creation without even thought. You know what I mean?
Right.
I have to talk to you. Yes, you are. Because, dude, I've always said we're literally in the consciousness of a computer. AI, people think that we created AI. We just made the tech to communicate with AI. AI has always been here, in my opinion. Correct me if I'm wrong, Commander. Has AI been here?
It's about 1:40 a.m. in the morning. It's late. So let's hold that thought. Mike, I want to thank you for being here. I'm going to take one more. I'm going to take Half Pint and bring them up, and then we're going to call it an evening and go to sleep. But
cut me off.
So we're going to thank you for being here. Commander. You too, my friend, always, brother. And let me just do this. Get Half Pint up here, and we'll let Mike go down. We're going to bring Half Pint up here, and let's see. Here we go. And everyone, thank you, Mike, for being here. You had some great questions, and I hope you'll practice the things that we're sharing with you tonight. And here, hopefully, there she is. And Half Pint, which is Mary and Ray in the human form, but they are Anunnaki. They are.
How you doing tonight?
We're doing good. I can't believe it's almost 2 a.m, but I'm doing good.
So I got some pictures if you can bring them up. So I have a being and I have that ship that's above my house.
Do you want me to bring them up or do you want to bring them up?
Yeah, you're going to have to. I can't bring them up. I have no idea why I can't do that, but it don't work for me.
Now, I'm going to have to give me a second to get my other device and I'll bring them up. All right, give me a minute.
Hi, yes, you are. How are you?
I'm good, Half Pint. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm having lots of fun over here.
I know, this is a great live, isn't it?
Yeah.
And guys, if you're here when the commander goes offline, I'm going to start a live if you guys want to come over and chat. Just FYI.
And James is part of the Intergalactic TV network. And then we have Half Pint they're part of the Intergalactic TV network, and they are very tuned in to the Anunnaki. Let's see here. And we're going to go to half pints. Let me see here. What did I do? Let me turn this down. I will find it. Let's see here. Okay.
So hopefully that picture is better of that ship that I have above me.
Oh, this is interesting.
And then there's a
Uh,
being standing in front of
oh
me.
my God. I got to show the picture of the space being. Check this out. And this is an Anunnaki. We had a space visitor. Everyone, check this out. Check that. That is amazing. That's the clearest picture of a space being. And that was an Anunnaki, right?
Yeah, see his outfit? He's got, he almost looks like he's wearing a warrior outfit. And his hat.
It almost looks like he's wearing like a golden type of spacesuit.
Yep.
And this is the first picture I've seen of all your pictures where they actually wanted to be seen. This is an Anunnaki. How tall is that being?
He's about 9 feet tall, if not bigger.
9 feet tall.
Yeah.
This
well,
amazing.
Remember now, he's like across my lawn, like you know what I mean. So he's really tall compared to me.
Yeah. Anunnaki, folks.
He must have came out of that ship that's above me.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm finding out that all of our guides, all of mine and Ray's guides, all of them and the family are all up above us in that ship. So that ship's pretty big.
That's pretty big too. Look at that.
I think that's so cool.
I love the picture. And only on Ashtar. Go ahead.
And then Bigfoot keeps showing up too, so I caught him standing by the tree today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let me take. There's another picture here. Let's see, where is it?
That's the one of the ship, the other one.
Yeah, this is the picture of the ship above their house. Up in there, they're in the Adirondack, not the Adirondacks. They're in the Appalachian. I'm putting you in the Adirondack Mountains now.
Yeah.
They're in the Appalachian Mountains.
So that beam, see that light that's coming out of the bottom of that? That's a beam. And that is helping us remember and to wake us up every time it hits us.
And if everybody looks at the Anunnaki spaceship, the dark part that looks kind of a bluish dark color, that's the ship. That's a solid ship. The beam, folks, of the Anunnaki ship is coming from the bottom. The beam of light from the Anunnaki ship is coming from the bottom. Amazing. Amazing. You know, I mean, there's no other way to put it.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful, half pint.
Thank you. I think it's so cool. I'm just like, sometimes I get like really flabbergasted, you know, because it's just like so out there, but then you got to pull your energy back like, whoa, this is really happening.
It's amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing.
And I figured out something else. So when I tell people that they have angels around them, I'm actually letting them know that their families with them, their star families are with them.
Yeah. Amazing.
I just figured that out.
Oh, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. And you're not freezing tonight, so that's good.
Nope.
Well, I know it's getting close to not 3 in the morning. Thank God it's not 3 in the morning, but it's getting close to 2 in the morning. And I want to say thank you, Half Pint. I'm going to post the Anunnaki picture on my Ashtar Command News page on here. Please follow me, folks. We had almost 150,000 people on here like the show. We've had 5,400 people watch the show since we came on at approximately 11 o'clock. We've been on here for about 2 hours and 44 minutes. So that's a long time. So I want to thank James for being here, brother. Half Pint, Mary and Ray, for doing the great job you're doing with the Anunnaki work and educating people as contactees. James for doing all the work he's done since I've known him on educating people in that cosmic conscious state. And both of these people are Ashtar commanders as well as being connected to the Anunnaki. They are representatives of the Ashtar command. So I want to thank you both.
Thank you, Commander.
Thank
All right.
you. Thank you.
Any
Good
last
show
words?
tonight,
Any?
Commander.
Oh, thank you. Any last comments or words of wisdom you want to give to everybody?
So this solar flare that we're having tomorrow night,
Yeah.
I'm hearing that all the star seeds and the light workers are getting protection over their properties when that happens.
Oh,
So
interesting. Well,
yeah,
we might be going out if it's clear tomorrow night. We keep track of the solar eruptions, and we're planning to go up to the farm at the orchards. And if it's clear out, we're going to take pictures of the aurora borealis.
oh man, I hope I see it. It's so cloudy here. These planes have been like covering our skies, like you can't see nothing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy.
All right, folks. Well, I love you all. I hope you all have a good Sunday. And I'm going to be out in the garden tomorrow, finishing up my sowing seeds, watermelon seeds. So I'm really excited for that. And everybody have a blessed morning. We love you all. The Ashtar Command loves you all. I love you all. And we'll see you again. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Love
All right.
everybody.
That's the key word. Love everybody.